Good evening and welcome to the Nxtgen GT3 Live from Montreal in Canada. I am James Parfitt. I'm going to be joined in the booth once again by Matt Zeniith. This evening is going to be coming along and showing me and talking to me all about Formula One. He's gone away and he's researched everything and he knows everything about it. And tonight,
why do you hate me?
And we are here at the circuit Gilles Villeneuve, 4.361 kilometers in length, 2.710 miles, 14 turns, and currently the lap record held by 1:13.078 by Valtteri Bottas there as well. And much love to the simracingcommunity.com for producing this amazing image of the circuit for us as well. Head over to simracingcommunity.com for all your sim racing news, views, forums, and livery downloads as well. Currently in the 5th variation of this circuit and currently holds the Formula One Canadian Grand Prix. Now, formerly, believe it or not, it held the World Sports Car Championship, the Jump Car World Series, the NASCAR Xfinity Series, the NASCAR Pinty Series, and the Grand Am Sports Rolex. So it held quite a lot before, but now it is just holding the Formula One there as well. Good evening, Phil McDougall. Hope you're well. Hope you're having a fabulous evening. Now, what is happening in the championships? Well, I've got to say, they're getting spicy with only 2 rounds left. We've got here in Montreal, and we've got Nord's combined circuit left to go, and that is it. And as you can see in the gold class, it is tied up the top with Mark Fletcher and Tom Dadswell, both on 196 points. Camilo Mettello on 174, Chris Daines on 133, Rafael DeSantis on 117, Gianni Peroni on 109, Gavin Gardner on 95, Adam Watson on 89, Gareth Williams on 71, Matt Shorter on 67, Ryan Walker 81, Stephen Wessels on 56, Jamie Dory on 50, Simon Papayola on 40, Andrew Holmes on 22, and Benji McCluskey in 16th on 7 there. Now in the silver class, Francisco Santos Pereira is leading the way on 204 points. Samuel de Oliveira in second on 183. Adam Hedgecock on 180. Paul Scott on 176. Stephen Albanese 149. Paul N.T. Williams on 137. And then Sean Shute on 45. Igor Bembich on 38. Neil Forbes on 27. And Paolo Antinori is yet to make an appearance. In the bronze, Darren Dougherty leading the way on 183. Baz Meacham in second on 172. Daniel Stimon on 165, Robert Adams on 142, Sam Holman on 133, Jordan Bebois on 128, Mark Sykes 126, Nigel Stock on 107 in 8th, Matt Emmons in 9th on 57, Mark Baker in 10th on 51, David Farbo on 41 with Jorge Santos on 41 and Liam Tack down on 20. Now in the team standings, Altitude Esports 32 points, DS Racing Esports team on 417, Team DRS Esports on 410, Nxtgen Team Orange on 358, Altitude Esports Blue on 350, tied with XZ Racing on 350, Hollerton Trinity Racing on 315, Verano Motorsport on 280, Team Tetra Rouge on 280, and then Nxtgen Team Purple on 196. Followed up on the back and 11th place by CS Academy. Currently on 154. What an absolute barnstorming championship we've got ahead of us, Matt, and I think it's only rightly that we bring you in now as we've got 25 cars on circuit currently at the moment. What are we expecting from tonight? Because Gilles Villeneuve, a different entity altogether, 14 corners, not everybody's favourite track, I've got to be honest, and depending on how many actually get it right, turn 13 and 14 for the Wall of Champions here is going to be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, that is a very scary set of turns there. A lot of these turns are absolutely terrifying, James. I mean, turn 11, you got the massive hairpin, even turn 1 is looking pretty deadly. So this is going to be a very interesting race, James. I mean, 25 cars on the track, that's a lot to contest with. Even some of the best racers in this track can get taken out lap 1, as we've seen a lot in the past this league. So we'll have to see what happens, James.
Yeah,
it's going to be interesting.
I think that's one of the things they've been sort of talking about over the last week or so was the standards of what happened last time in Sebring. And I think, you know, a couple of people have got penalty points. Some have got grid place penalties currently as well. You know, and I got a funny feeling that they're going to have to be really, really careful. And you know, they're trying to up the level. I think there was a lot of unhappiness after the last race in Sebring. There was a lot of calamities. There was a lot of incidents that really, possibly, maybe, definitely, probably shouldn't have happened. But the drivers have suffered for it. I'm not going to lie. There is people in on I've got 2 post-race grid place penalties plus license points as well. Daniel Stimon is another one that's suffering with license points. So he's got more and more. So it's going to have to be really, really careful, I think, and hopefully they are going to be able to up the standards this evening. Philip Rossbottom, good evening to you down there. Good evening, James. This be a tight one. It is currently at the moment. Now, we are sat on this dreaded wall of champions at the moment, and we've got a lot of cars coming through, including 6th place man Carmelo Metello. There he goes in the Porsche. And we've got more rushing through as well. You can see it here. It's a very tight corner. You start bumping that inside line, and you're going to be off into the wall on the left-hand side. Now, obviously, if you can't see the wall, there it is there, and it's claimed many a victim as well. And I think they're going to have to really look out for it as they're pressurising down into that hairpin turn, I think, to be honest, Matt, because all in all, it's a difficult corner, and these guys are going to have to be careful, because the last thing they want to be doing is heading up in that wall. Matt, why was Wellington Corner called that on Silverstone, Matt?
I believe that was named after the Wellington Bombers from like World War II, I think, if I remember correctly. I'm not sure.
Look at him on it tonight, Phil. Straight answer, straight away.
I did a little bit.
Yeah, he did a little bit. He went away, did a little bit of homework, bless him. And now he's flying along and giving you the information. There you go, Phil, straight away. We have got 1 minute 30 on the clock, so we are coming towards the end of practice, guys, here this evening as well. So we are going to go into a 15-minute sprint race, then we'll have an hour feature, okay? So an hour feature race after this. Pit stops for the feature. They will need to make a pit stop in the feature race for fuel. Changing tyres is not mandatory, and the driver's choice whether they do change them. So it's completely up to the driver on that one. Now, we have got the 2-hour endurance coming up as well. This is happening in the 9th of November next week at the Nords Combined Circuit as well. KE, good evening. Evening, gents. Evening to you too. Much love. Hope you are well this evening. Hello. So, yeah, we've got Nords Combined coming up next week, and that's the 2-hour endurance. So, there we go. Phil's also put, right, I have to go up to level 2 questions now, Matt, as you got
that was only level 1?
That was only level 1, buddy. You are in trouble. But next week, last week was interesting at Sebring, I think. You know, Dadswell, Fletcher, and DeSantis wrapped up the gold 1, 2, 3 in the sprint race. In the silver, Pereira, Oliveira, and Hedgecock, and in the bronze, obviously, Steemo got the bronze there as well. Got the win. In the feature, gold was won by Watson. Purely comfortable, absolutely flying. Peroni in second, Fletcher third. In the silver, Hedgecock, De Oliveira and Scott got the 1, 2, 3. And in bronze, Doherty, Holman and Sykes. So there we go in that one. So they got the 1, 2, 3 in bronze there, Matt. I think that was a very interesting race, to be fair, for our point of view, because there was a lot of incidents, wasn't there? And
yeah, there were a lot of incidents.
Yeah.
I mean, it definitely switched up the rankings a little bit. There wasn't a lot some people could do. I know Chris Danes got taken out lap 1, I think it was, on a feature. And then a lot of things just get piling on between different people. We had Jordan Bebois go out twice in one race. We had people, Mark Sykes, Daniel Steinman all coming in. I think we even had an incident with Mark Fletcher at one point. It's like things are going absolutely crazy. Let's hope we can get past lap 1 in the feature this time, James.
Yeah, I know they made a big thing about it this week about the standards as well, and people have been handed severe penalties. And I think overall, you know, there's just guys that have got to be a bit more sensible. I know Chris Danes was a big advocate this week, coming out and you know, physically saying, look, we need to settle down a bit. You know, we're going in, we're giving it a 1-hour feature, and we're giving a turn 1, 4, 5 car pile-up, I think it was, at Sebring. And yeah, I know he's come out and said, look, we need to settle down, and the the guys there, the admins here, have come out and said, look, we need to resolve this issue. We need to realise that we're not going out straight away. It's not a you must win situation from lap one, and I think that's one of the fears that we've all got as well when we do officials. There's always this lap one superhero who comes out and just literally tries to bury it into everyone. But I think the standards should improve this week, Matt. I think they've all been reprimanded. They've all had their punishments given. License points have been added as well. So I think at the end of the day, they've all been given what their punishments were, really. It's going to be interested, I think, as well, to see how they get on this run down into turn one, because they're lining up down this back straight, literally down the back straight as well. They've got literally a corner and a half of lineup before they go running down into a tight left-hander of turn one. So it's going to be tricky.
It's going to be very scary. I mean, these guys are all sensible drivers. We've seen them drive pretty well. I mean, all the things you mentioned, we didn't even mention the 16-car pilot we had in Road America, James. Like, things have been going that crazy all season. But this track, no matter how sensible they decide to drive this is going to be another breed, because this track is crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
It is absolutely crazy. So many tight turns. There's a hairpin towards the end. Even turn one is nice and tight, so it's going to be really tough to see if the drivers can kind of keep their handle on this.
I think that's going to be the interesting thing. 25 cars piling down into turn one. They've got the left-hander and then a long looping right of two before they start that run into the tight right-hander of 3-4. So there isn't a lot of room. Oh, there really is not. Oliveira straight into the Wall of Champions. Not a good start to the evening for him. Exactly. Elwin, good luck to all the boys tonight. Go Mark Sykes. That's only because you got the last surname. Just purely by coincidence.
You're going to rep the name, James.
I know, they're going to be repping, and Elwin's literally repping the Sykes surname, so fair play. But they're coming around now. We're going to see the start of the guys that are racking up their times shortly on the left-hand side. You will see them come through thick and fast. Now, one of the things they have been talking about this week is the BMW and how easily it is to eat the curbs. Now, what we mean by that is not the red car and the blue car had a race and the red car decided to stuff its face with everything. It's not that situation. But what it is the BMW, now from a prospect of being in this BMW, as you can see here with Mark Fletcher, it does allow you to take the curbs a lot more comfortably. It does allow you to basically run over the curbs and not have as many issues as, say, the Audi does, or or the Ferrari. The Merc is the same. That's a bit of a curb muncher as well. It does like being able to go over the curbs. So at the end of the day, the BMW for curb eating alone is the car of choice. Matt, hashtag...
First time's coming in, James.
Yeah, with first time's coming in. Fletcher
got
on the
Mark Fletcher
134.
coming in with a 134.13. We got Tom Dadswell just behind with a 134.16. It's going to look like a good race already, James.
Yeah, it's going to be a stellar one. Hashtag Matt, if you want any questions for Matt Zeniith regarding his Formula One knowledge. And Phil has posted, who was the first ever British Formula One world champion?
So I believe that would be Mike Hawthorne.
Ooh! Is he right? Because honestly, I didn't know that. You know what I mean? Is he right? Because if he's right, what a stellar job here by Matt this evening. He's absolutely flying as we see Fletch go into the pits there. Dadswell is on track. He's coming in to the right-left at the end here.
I should go into a trivia competition, James.
You should, mate. You should. You'll be good in a quiz. That, Formula One knowledge. Was he right there, Phil? Mark?
Level 2 questions. Get out of here. Let's go.
Look at him all getting too big for his boots. Now, Phil, you're going to have to up it, mate. You're going to have to up it because at the moment he's 2 for 0 here at the moment. You know what I mean? He's kicking. It was Mike Hawthorne, which is what he said.
Let's go.
Oh, look at him. This has got all
Look at me, James.
Yeah, I know. He's been studying this week, guys, as well.
I had enough of you forcing people to ask me questions while oh yeah, Matt's not here today, he's off revising. Come on, James.
Yeah, I did tell everybody that the last time, to be honest.
I know you did, I was there.
Yeah, exactly. Matt was off revising for his study session. So there you go. So the stages, classes here tonight, guys. We have got gold, silver, and bronze. If you are new, they are the current pole standings in each class. As you can see, Fletch is leading us away here this evening. So well done to Mark Fletcher. He's leading away with Dadswell, Martello, McCluskey's here tonight. Benji McCluskey's on track. Watson, yeah, DeSantis, Williams, Gardner is top 8. Hedgecock, Scott, Forbes, Santos, De Oliveira, Shoot and Albanese, and then Doherty, Meacham, Baker, Stimon, Stock, Sykes, Bebois, and Adams in the bronze. But it's good to see Benji McCluskey on track.
Yeah, I've got to say, I think I'm supporting Benji today just because I like his last name. McCluskey is a great name.
McCluskey is a great name.
I wish I had that kind of surname. That'd be great.
Oh, okay. Fair one. Phil's put level 3, so you're in trouble now, mate.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, uh-oh. You shouldn't have been so cocky there, big boy. I'll tell you that much.
Oh, no.
So, he's
oh, no. There's a
level.
storm. My Wi-Fi's going.
Hey, to be fair, though, I did say earlier on, I have got a dreadful storm above my house right about now. I've got thunder and lightning kicking off. So if all of a sudden everything goes blank, I do apologise well in advance. I have warned the guys at Nxtgen that I do have this horrendous storm going on above my house currently. So be aware that obviously if it does all of a sudden kill my internet, I am deeply apologetic about it. But as you say, you know, we are coming from the comfiness of our own home here. So, you know, hopefully everything should stay as they are. So Fletcher's gone on 131, 132. Dadswell still 134, 158. 135, 058 for Hedgecock, 135, 531 for Doherty. So they are currently your pole sitters in each class that you can see on the left-hand side there currently at the moment. So well done to them, guys.
It's looking like a close sprint, James, it's going to be.
Yeah, but that's the thing. It's only that's the thing. It's only a sprint, isn't it?
True. I mean, we got what? We got probably we got 134. Sprints like what? 15 minutes.
Yeah.
We could be looking at like 16 laps, if even that. Depending on how quick these guys go, so that could be pretty tough. That could be pretty tough. I mean, there's not a lot of time to try and take over people, so this qualifying is going to be very important for some of these races.
Jenson Button won the 2009 Formula 1 World Championship driving for which team? I can tell you that one actually.
Oh, I know this one. It's like it starts with a B, doesn't it? What is it? Braun?
Yes, Braun GP.
Oh, let's go!
It was Braun GP. Look at him. I tell you what, where's Dadswell when you need him in chat? Matt is absolutely flying this evening. There's no faster times. Nigel Stock has got a nice little couple of sectors there of green on his clock at the moment, so we're just waiting for Nigel Stock to go across the line and see what he does in the final stages. Can he improve? He cannot. It is yellow. Albanese is another one that's yellow across the board. Neil Forbes. Now, I want to talk about Neil Forbes. There was a miscommunication last week with Forbes. Dadswell, give me some questions. Hashtag Ask Matt.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Neil Forbes last week was placed in gold. Now, initially he was placed in silver. I got sent a message saying he's just getting some level 10 questions together for you, Matt. Dadswell is.
Oh, my, what?
So, Neil Forbes is now actually in silver. He's not in gold. He was originally placed in silver, then I got a message saying he's gold, so I put him in gold, and now apparently that was incorrect, and he is actually in silver. So Benji McCluskey going across the line here for Nxtgen Team Purple. He's got 2 greens, he's got 3 greens. Does he move up? He does. He goes into third for
20.
I know, it's going to be a BMW front row lockout, and I think a lot of that has got to do with the fact that the ability from the BMWs to go over curbs. Yeah, I think it's literally to crunch the curbs as much as they can in that BMW. Adam Watson, I know you can't do that in the Audi. He's come out and said this week as well, he cannot come out and do that in the Audi. So he's really got to be up in his level.
He really does.
Yeah, he does already.
Okay, right. Phil's just cheating now. Phil across the pond right after you can't research for these questions. You can't research for these. That's cheating.
Phil, right, he's got research. Come on, Phil, you should know these questions.
Yeah.
All right, here's one then. Let's do a nice straightforward one, just to get your brain a little bit warmed up, right? Who has got the record for the most amount of wins in a Formula 1 season?
Oh, God.
Do not
Why do I remember the hard stuff?
Do not go on to Google.
I'm not. Verstappen?
Yes.
Oh,
As
God,
recently as last week, actually, he got it. He got
Really?
14 wins in the
Oh my
season. Yeah,
God.
put him in front of
Come on, Verstappen.
the great Michael Schumacher. Tom Dadswell's got a purple sector 2.
I almost said Michael Schumacher.
No,
I almost said Schumacher.
Verstappen took it literally at the death last week. So Tom Dadswell coming across the line with a green and purple. Let's see how he gets on in the Wall of Champions. Third and 14. 13 and 14, are we going to get a new leader? He's bounced the curbs, like we said. He's against the wall. He's now up and running. He's coming down the straight now. Here we go from Dadswell. What is he going to be able to do as he goes across the line? He's green in sector 3. Does he get it? He does!
He does!
133.899. Tom Dadswell goes in and snatches pole position with 8:28 on the clock there. Absolutely stellar job from him. Nigel Stock is another man on green. He's in the big gruffing Mercedes there as he's coming across the line very, very shortly. Where does Stock end up in the bronze class? Does he end up moving up the field? I'm expecting him to move up. He's got 3 greens going across. He moves up 1 ahead of Stimon. Yeah, he goes up into 7th place. Why not? You look it up on Google, says Phil.
I haven't this week.
Yeah, I know.
This is all my knowledge this week.
I think, to be fair to him, Phil, right? I've got to lie. I'm not going to lie. Unless he's a speed typer at 96 words a minute, mate. I think he is literally just pulling him out of memory. As we see Watson go green and purple currently, we'll follow him through the Wall of Champions. I knew most of them. I didn't know Mike Hawthorne, though, I've got to be honest. But the rest of them I did know. So
I knew more than James. Oh, my God.
You knew Mike Hawthorne. That was the only bit I didn't know. You know what I mean?
So I know more than James. Let's go.
Listen to him. I'm never going to hear the end of this now.
Come on, can we get some hashtag Matt is the smartest in chat?
No.
Come on. While you're here as well, like, subscribe, make sure you follow. Make sure you follow us on Twitter. I believe we've got an Instagram now, James.
We have, yeah. It's all come out in.
Make sure you all come in and do that, because we're going to have a lot more races going on.
Instagram as well. The world of JPB has gone onto Instagram. Not that I know what I'm doing with it, I'm not going to lie. Watson's gone into second on the 133.952. Do you know, the thing is about that, right? We have joined Instagram and we have started up socials on Insta now as well. So we've got Twitter, Instagram. I don't have Facebook yet because I'm not worried about that. But yeah, I literally have to go to my missus and go, right, babe, am I doing this right? Can you tell me if I'm sending this correctly?
You need to hire a social media manager.
Mate, I tell you what, if there's anyone out there who work for free, let me know, because you know what I mean. So don't forget, guys, as well, tomorrow night on the JPB YouTube channel, we have the Radical Race Series returning from Road America with myself and Ewan O'Leary. Also, round about the same time as well, that kicks off at about 9 o'clock. At 8 o'clock, we got the Crest Autosport World Touring Car Championship as well with Biggles and Dan Peoples. That's from Nagaro, that's through Race Room, so you can go and check that out.
Baz Meacham coming in with a purple.
Yeah, I'm just going down to Baz Meacham. Down to Baz now. And then on Friday, we've got the Radical Sim Racing European Sprint World Cup Series as well, and that's with just me on Friday for the Pros and Americas and the AMs on that one. So stay tuned for that as we follow Baz Meacham across the line. Where is he going to go in the standings of the bronze? Second place, Baz Meacham, 135.405.
Wow.
So there we go, Baz Meacham.
Baz Meacham has been absolutely flying through these races.
Yeah,
man.
since he's got his new Mark Sykes livery, isn't he? You know what I mean? That's what's doing.
Yeah, that's it. It's gotta be. That's like livery.
His new Mark Sykes livery there as well. Maga Santos. Where it is Santos? Santos is silver. He's second at the moment. Santos Briera. So there we go. Don't forget on Saturday, guys, as well. We've got a UTC round 5 and 6 coming from Donington Park. That's with myself there on comms and Zach Sweeney. The wonderful Zach Sweeney is joining me. And then me and Michael are going down for the 100 Cup Series final from Phoenix. So the 100% Cup Series, 310 laps of Phoenix Raceway on Sunday morning at 1 o'clock. So there's enough racing here for absolutely everyone, from GT3s to Radicals to touring cars to next gen Infinities. There's everything this week coming up, so trust me, follow, subscribe and turn on the bells, because you're not going to want to miss any of it.
Obviously, your favourite is the GT3 Wednesday with your boy Matt Zeniith, obviously.
Well, yeah, I more with the chat, but yeah, that's fine. If you want to put yourself in that list, you're more than welcome.
Look, me with my intense motorsport knowledge, which I have more knowledge than James now.
No, you
I'm
do
an absolute
not.
five heads.
Give over, you Charlie.
Mike Hawthorne is an absolute
Literally,
legend.
Mike Hawthorne's the only thing you know more than me. So listen to
Look,
it.
how could you not know the first British world champion?
Mate,
Oh my god.
Hey, it was a long time ago, bro. I wasn't even alive. So, you know, look, I'm not worried about it. Samuel de Oliveira is currently setting the standards here with purple and green. Is he going to jump ahead of Adam Hedgecock on a 134.86? No, 135.230 goes into third place.
Just under.
Yeah, just under. Hashtag Matt, last one. Which British motor racing circuit was the world's first purpose-built motor racing circuit?
It starts with Brooklands. Brooklands.
Okay, what's that actually called? It's not called Brooklands.
Is it not called I thought it was called Brooklands.
No.
Is it not called the Brooklands, like Brooklands Circuit?
No.
Oh no.
No. Right, we'll give Matt a minute on that one. Not long though, because otherwise he will type it into Google.
Okay, I won't use Google. That one, I thought it was Brooklands, but no, I don't know. I don't know whether it was Brooklands.
So going by the British Motor Racing Circuit, I would probably look at Brands Hatch to go for there, partly because Silverstone was initially built on an airfield. It was Brooklands. What circuit in the UK is called? Hold on, I'm even going to Google that now.
I swear to God, I did not Google these.
To be fair, you did say it pretty quickly, so is there actually a Brooklands circuit?
I will happily do like a speed typing challenge thing on stream as well to prove I'm not Googling these in like 3 seconds.
There actually is a Brooklands circuit in Surrey.
Oh, I'm sorry, James. Was that a little bit of a lapse in your motorsport knowledge? Oh, seems to be a bit of an issue there, James. Also, Jordan Bedwell, the purple section.
I'd like to point out it opened up in 1906 and closed in 1939, so you know it was hardly used a lot.
I just want to say I knew a bit more than you, James. Anyway, come on. We got Neil Forbes with the green section there.
Yeah. Listen to him. I'm never going to hear the end of this. He's got 2 more questions right than I did. Sean Shute is going across the thing as well. He's got his 136.57 on the board. So Sean Shute flying along nicely currently. Mark Baker's got a purple. Rafael DeSantis is starting off with purple in Sector 1. Let's follow Rafael round now as we head through this wonderful circuit here at Montreal. And
Rafael DeSantis with a purple and a green coming out, by the way, while we're talking about this.
Yeah,
also Mark Baker with a purple as well.
We're on board with DeSantis now, so this should be an interesting one as we're running up into 13 and 14. We're coming along Casino Straight. Currently, we're going to be looking for there's a little green towel on the left-hand side. He wants to try and get off the brakes there. Through he goes. He's going to try and eat that one. Eat that one. Keep it. Just out the wall of champions there for Rafael DeSantis. Here we go. I would have stayed more to the right. I wouldn't have come left to take the shortest route possible.
Maybe that's why he's in gold.
DeSantis goes in 4th place, 134.
Damn. Nice one, DeSantis.
Yeah, 134.
134.10.
Sorry, James says Phil. Yeah, Phil, you're showing me up here, bud. I'm not happy about this.
I think I'm the one showing you up, James. I'm sorry.
What? Because you know... Give over. Give over. I'm not having this evening. 33 seconds on the clock, guys, left to quali. And currently Dadswell, Watson, Fletcher round out the goal. 1, 2, 3. Hedgecock, Santos and Forbes roll out the silver. Bebois, Baker, Meacham finish off the bronze. 1, 2, 3. So there we go. Nigel Stock has got a green in sector 2 as he's going to be coming across the line. Does he make an improvement on his 136? He does, but not moving anywhere there either. So Daniel Stimon is coming into turn 13 and 14. No, he doesn't. He goes straight down the pit lane like an absolute banshee. Benjamin McCluskey here for the Next Gen Team Purple. Pulls over as we have come to the end of qualifying. So, Matthew Smith. All right, Matt. Hashtag James knows nothing. Yeah, all right, Matt. Yeah.
Sorry, Mike Hawthorne and Brooklyn.
Yeah, all right. Lots of love and support for DeSantis. Virtual hug. I'll be back later. How long is this going to last? You've got a 15-minute sprint, and then you've got an hour feature there, Mango. So much love to you.
We do have we do have a little bit of a break in between while we switch iRacing sessions. We can't change anything about that, unfortunately. So it'll probably be about an hour and a half.
Yeah, we do.
Roundabout.
Yes, we do have to swap sessions because the reverse grids is decided by the positions where they finish in the race. So what that means, if Tom Dadswell wins gold, if Tom Dadswell wins gold,
last in gold.
He will be last. Yeah, there you go. Look at Matt just jumping in.
There we go.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't worry,
I know my stuff now.
I'll stick blue tack over him or something. Get somebody to run around and put up some duct tape over him in a minute. Don't you worry about it.
As the person with like the majority of motorsport knowledge in this call,
really,
I think we should.
Really, most of the motorsport knowledge.
Yeah. I've known like Max Verstappen, Nigel Mansell. They're all racers. I know that. There you go.
Listen to him. He thinks he's a pro now. He has one couple of questions right, and he thinks he's off. So there we go. We're just waiting.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you get those questions right, James?
Yes. We're just waiting for the grid results to come through. Oh, yes, I got it right. Shush. We're just waiting for the grid to come through, guys. That's why Matt's giving me grief in my ear at this moment in time. But much love
to man, you're my
you.
Boss. I'm allowed to bully you.
Until he's, you know.
Please don't fire me.
I don't know why everybody has this persona, but no, I definitely will not. But the results will be in very, very shortly. So we will be able to get them on screen for you. We're just waiting for them to come through. As I say, guys, don't forget you can subscribe and thumbs up and turn on the bells for notifications on both the Nxtgen GT on the Nxtgen Racing channel on YouTube and also the JPB YouTube channel as well. So much love to you there as well. The grid is up, and Tom Dadswell will be leading us away on pole. Adam Watson in second, Mark Fletcher third, Rafael DeSantis fourth, Carmelo Metello fifth, Benji McCluskey sixth, Gazza Williams seventh, Chris Daines in eighth. Adam Hedgecock takes the pole in the silver class. He's mixing it up with the gold of Gavin Gardner and Jamie Dory there. Francisco Santos Pereira is sitting down in 12th place. In 13th, Jordan Bebois takes gold in the bronze. Neil Forbes in 14th overall. Samuel de Oliveira 15th. Mark Baker 16th. Stephen Albanese 17th. Paul Scott 18th. Baz Meacham 19th. Darren Doherty 20th. Robert Adams 21st. Mike Sykes 22nd. Daniel Stimon 23rd. And Nigel Stock in 24th place. Behind that is Sean Shute from the CS Academy, bringing up the rear there as well. So much love to you. We are now going to be jumping down onto the grid. As I say, the formation lap is literally on the back straight. So pay attention.
This could be a little bit tight, James. These turns are not going to be easy in turn one. I think people are going to have to remember that they've got cold tires when they're starting out. So
yeah,
hopefully people kind of remember, like, stay a little bit sensible in the first couple of laps, and then we'll see how this sprint is going to turn out.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's hope for the best here as well. Mango, wonderful for you too, sir. Thank you so much for joining me. Adam Watson currently in second. Fletcher there. We've got an Altitude Esports 1-2-3. And we're going to start off here with Tom Dadswell.
Obviously, Tom Dadswell, Mark Fletcher are your current leaders, I believe, tied in the tables in the gold class.
Yeah, 196.
They're definitely going to be ones to watch.
Yeah, Hedgecock's got a chance of moving up in the silver. Currently is ahead of Santos Pereira, so that's going to be interesting. And Jordan Bebois will move up as well ahead of Darren, well, not ahead of Darren Doherty, but he will pull points back on Darren Doherty if Darren doesn't finish down in fourth in bronze overall. But we're nearly coming now to the end. We're just waiting for Chris Daines from Verano Motorsport. Whoa, Adam Watson, stay where you are, sir. There's Adam Hedgecock in the middle, but here is Tom Dadswell.
And Adam Hedgecock, great photographer for these races.
Yeah, absolutely.
Remember that.
Yeah.
Absolutely amazing photos coming out of Adam Hedgecock. He sends them every week. They're always amazing.
Yeah, they are, but here we go. Down the back straight.
There we go, James. Chris Daines currently in the pit as well. I believe he's going to be starting from the pit today. It's going to be interesting, James.
Yeah.
You ready?
No.
Sprint races are always stressful.
Let's see how it ends up here, guys. Starting off for this first sprint race, Adam Watson is riding Tom Dadswell. He's making sure Dadswell cannot go single file through that chicane, because if he does that, he's not going to be able to jump. Starting zone will be coming up very, very shortly. There it is.
James.
They can be going, ready and willing to go here this evening. Alive from Montreal, the lights are on, he's gone. Dadwell's gone and we are green here as we rush down into turn 1. Watson on the outside in the Audi currently. There's Nxtgen Francisco Pereira. Big incident there. That's Rafael Descendants, Mark Fletcher, Williams, Hedgecock, Santos, Forbes, Baker, Scott, Sykes and Stock. All involved with that one, and that is not the greatest of starts we wanted to see down into turn 1 in Canada when these drivers were already given a warning about standards that they have now gone and happened. And I can count out the amount of cars. You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 cars listed as all being involved in that incident from the beginning. So not the greatest of starts there.
Not a great start, but other than that, has been pretty clean. We've still got the top 3, Adam Watson, Tom Dadswell. We've got Camilo Metello jumping 2 places, Benny McCluskey jumping 2 to 4th. We've got Gavin Gardner coming up 5 into 5th. Francisco Santos Pereira coming up 5 as well, up into 7th. Rafael Santos down 6th, unfortunately involved in the incident, down 8 now in 12th. So it's not a great start, James. Mark Fletcher, unfortunately, I think got the brunt of that. He's all the way down in 24th, unfortunately, but we're looking pretty good here. Adam Watson's coming down into this long straight with Tom Dadswell behind him.
Hairpin, Rafael De Santos and Robert Adams.
Oh God, James.
Yeah, we're going to have a look back. We'll get them to go through the first sort of lap or so, and then we'll have a look back at that start. Pick it up from Mark Fletcher. I think Fletcher really kind of got the brunt of that, and Adam Watson is out in front with Tom Dadswell, Camilo Metello. Then we've got Gaza Williams. He's being chased down by chasing down Gavin Gardner from Nxtgen there in front of him. Jamie Dory, Nxtgen Team Orange in the McLaren. Now there is a rather eventful face on the top of Jamie Dory's car. I can't quite.
I love this car.
I don't know if I'm going to be able to get a camera above him.
Oh, there it is. You kind of saw it. You kind of see it.
Yeah, there we go. There's his face on the top of the roof there. So fair play to Jamie Dory. I believe it's his. Not entirely sure if it is his face, but there is a face there as well.
It's not a Mark Sykes livery, but it's still great.
Yeah, it's still great there as well. As we can see, Watson, Dadswell and Metello coming through now. Through on that run down from turn 8 and 9 down into turn 10, which is the tight right-handed hairpin. Ooh. And I think this is the perfect time to have a look back here at the start of this race with Mark Fletcher and see what Fletch saw here as he's kicking off, because this is where the start of it starts from. So let's have a look now. Mark Fletcher on the left, Rafael DeSantis there on the right-hand side. Watson and Dadswell going too wide. They managed to sort it out. Nothing doing there. Fletch runs. Whoa! Santis over the curb, bounces the car around, and unfortunately everybody else just come to a full stop. They're 3 wide further up there with Baker, Scott, and also the Audi of Paul Scott behind them. So that's where it all kicked off, and it was all started again, unfortunately, with Rafael De Santis who come into contact there. But Santos Pereira is currently in front of Adam Hedgecock, so he's managed to clear Adam Hedgecock. Let's have a look at the overall standings in each class here tonight. So there you go, Watson, Dadswell, Metello, 1, 2, 3 in gold. Santos, Hedgecock, De Oliveira, 1, 2, 3 in silver. Meacham, Bebois, Baker, 1, 2, 3 in bronze. So tough there for Fletch. Tough for Fletch, wasn't it?
There's a real tough run for Fletcher. You got to feel for him getting taken out that early on, but racing is as racing does. Kind of what happens here, James. Really unfortunate for Fletcher, but apart from that, it's looking pretty tight. I mean, we got Tom Dadswell and Camilo Metello in an absolute battle right now. We're real close to each other. Adam Watson sitting up in front like it wasn't a feature, was it? Could be looking at a 3-way battle here for first, James.
Yeah, we're also down with Chris Daines. This is the battle here with Chris. He's coming back through the bronzes. So absolutely flying currently at the moment there for Chris Daines.
Yeah, we got Rafael DeSantis sitting behind with that, sitting there as well, coming up to this nice hairpin turn here. That was a terrifying turn, James. I would not want to be driving this car. Here we go, just around the edge there. It does it nice and clean.
Yeah.
Pretty, without much combat there for Chris Daines. He seems to be flying pretty nice so far. Adam Watson hitting the wall a little bit there. The wall of champions, I believe you called it.
Yeah, it is the Wall of Champions there as well. So Adam Watson, Tom Dadswell, Camilo Metello. This is your front 3 battle. Santos, Hedgecock, there in silver. And then we've got the Meacham out in front in bronze, 1.8 seconds currently. So Baz Meacham leading the way, but there are the gaps on the left-hand side for you. Jamie Dory is trying to make his way through the field as well. He's currently behind the silvers of Santos Pereira and Adam Hedgecock, battling away there as well. So it's not going to be easy for Dory to be able to pass these two, partly because he's got these guys in front of him. Now, obviously, you know, it's going to be tough for Dory because these are battling and they don't actually need to move over on that one. So
no, they do
Jamie
not.
Dory there he's got to battle away. But there we go. I don't think DeSantos got over on that one. He hit the curb. He hit the curb on the right-hand side, accelerated the Porsche, spun the back end of the Porsche round, and unfortunately Mark Fletcher was there. And then the rest of it, as you saw, was a bit of a calamity after that, everybody trying to make their way through. So DeSantos did run wide. This is Metello and Dadswell here. Matt running up to the last corner, turn 13 and 14.
Turn 13 and 14, they're pretty tight corners as well. Everything on this track is an absolute death trap here, James. If you don't do these turns well, they can absolutely take you out of the race, as we saw earlier.
Yeah.
They seem to be going pretty nicely though through this, so thankfully just hitting the wall there, tiny bit of Tom Dadswell, but he seems to do just fine as they crunch that curves. Like you said, I believe he's in the BMW, so that does help him out on those curbs. Yeah. Definitely one of the favorite picks on this track, crunching those curbs.
Yeah,
We've got Adam Hedgecock, I believe back with Santos Pereira there, Jamie Dory not far behind. Coming around to turn 1, oh, that's nice and tight, but here they come around pretty, fighting a lot, but this seems to just stay ahead as Jimmy Dory is going right up in the backside of Hedgecock there.
Yeah, he's trying to
Jimmy
get
Dory
through, isn't he? He's trying to get
could be looking for a bit of an offensive there.
So Dory's trying to clear off. These are different classes. Obviously, Dory is gold. Adam Hedgecock is silver here. But there's a battle with Mark Baker, Paul Scott, and Chris Daines. This is all one of... Oh, he goes round.
Oh.
Baker's round. Baker has gone round. And unfortunately for Mark Baker, whether or not that was all on his own, we will have to have a look back and see. But he did go round, unfortunately for him. So let's take a little bit quick look back and see what happened here with Mark Baker.
Unfortunate for Baker. That's a real tough turn there. You see. Oh, he just gets tapped.
Yeah, I don't know if the nose of Daines may have had something to do with that one.
I think that may have been a little tap from Chris Daines there, James. That looked like it to me.
Yeah, maybe on that one, but we'll see, have a look at the benefit of the doubt. But Hedgecock now has got Dory tucked up right behind him currently at this moment in time. Dory's going to be one of Chase trying to get through. Goodness gracious, great balls of fire on the back of that flaming McLaren. As anybody knows, for the McLaren in iRacing, does have flames coming out the back. Certain points in it, so absolutely flying. Yeah, apparently so. 6.5 minutes remaining, guys, on a 1:34.28 currently on the clock by Adam Watson, is leading 1.1 seconds at the moment. So he's making ground. Yeah, he's flying.
He is putting in an absolute masterclass right now. He took first place in those first few turns and just held on to it like an absolute iron fist. He is not letting Dazzle anywhere near that first place. So give it up for Adam Watson. What a race for him so far.
Yeah, Watson out in front by 1.1. Stimon there in bronze is chasing down Sykes currently. Stimon in the Mercedes, Sykes in the BMW, of course. Meacham's 4 seconds up the road from these guys. That doesn't look good, and unfortunately for that man, it's not good. He's in the pits. Is Nigel Stock. So unfortunately for Nigel Stock, there is in the pits. Stimon is still chasing down, but he's got Chris Daines for company and Rafael DeSantis here from Team DRS trying to chase down these guys as well, with Jordan Bebois trying to have a good old battle. Well, he is having a good old battle with Darren Doherty currently at the moment. Somebody's just tagged the wall there for Bebois, and that's not good for that Ferrari. But Stimon has got Sykes and Daines. Daines is going round. Daines started from the pits, and I think looking at it now, that wasn't probably the worst choice for him.
No, I mean, after that incident, I feel like that might have been one of the better choices. He did start from the pits, so he did start a lap behind, so he is pretty far behind. He's got a bit of a way to catch.
Nope.
Is he not?
Nope. Doesn't stand like that. You start from the pits, you come out, you're fine.
Okay, on my screen it was saying he was a lap behind for a while there, so apologies on my end there.
No, he just comes up and joins the back of the grid.
Okay, that's my bag. So I'm asking you saying
just because he didn't do the
refresh.
formation lap, he didn't have to. It doesn't have to. He's, you know, he can go on to the back and he's still on the same lap.
Apologies for that. Apologies.
So Dadswell still being chased down by Martello here. Gardner and Williams are having this battle. I'm not quite sure how comfortable the Porsche is round here currently at the moment. I don't know if it's the car of choice. I think the BMW is probably more popular.
Yeah, definitely. I think the BMW is definitely going to be the kind of favourite track here.
Yeah, but there was nothing they could do now. They pit the cars at past round 5. So they were basically in the cars that they've got, locked in. So Sykes has just been passed by Danes. Stimon has just been passed by DeSantis. So that's him down and through. Dadswell has got Martello literally as close as he possibly can, and right on, as we call it, the back bumper of him currently at the moment. So
that's a close one. Jesus.
Yeah, Dadswell there coming through. He's trying to keep hold of Carmelo Martello.
Yeah, it's going to be a tight fight in these last few laps, James. I'm not looking forward to what come out of here. Carmelo Martello is right on him. Oh my God, come around these first few turns.
Yeah, absolutely. So we'll hopefully see how this one pans out. Baker, Sykes, and Danes. Oh, look at that.
Oh no. What happened there, James? That bit of spin.
Yeah, I think Baker went round on his own. I think this is the Baker solo. We'll have a look back. Yeah, so Baker goes round on his own, but it's actually this one that causes the issue. As we see, Mark Fletcher has got Danes in front of him. Danes caused this one. Fletcher's there.
Oh no.
Stimon straight into Chris Danes. Bebois manages to avoid it, but that was actually Chris Danes who bounced that curb, not in the BMW. Doesn't like the curbs as much as the BM, and unfortunately bounced that Porsche round, and around he went, and that caused the drama after. So
Fletcher has been through the absolute ringer today. Oh my God, poor man. I feel really bad for him, but as I said before, racing is as racing does.
Yeah, exactly. There's not a lot Fletcher would have been able to do about any of this, to be fair. It is just what it is currently at this moment in time. So he is now down in 19th, 9th in class for Fletch there. So unfortunately for him, he's down at the order. But Dadswell still got Carmelo Martello right behind him on 2:14 on the clock. So it's going to be this one and one more after that. And then
it's going to be a real tight fight these last few laps, James. It's definitely going to be the fight of the race, Dadswell and Martello.
Well,
Adam Watson.
It should be for the final lap, mate, to be honest.
Yeah.
I think, for the final lap, I think they're going to go full bore at each other. So, yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how this one pans out as these guys are battling along nicely there. So, currently, everybody down. Darren Doherty there lets Mark Fletcher through. A few other flicking about on the timing tower, but this is where it is at the moment. Dadswell in second, Martello in third. Matt?
Yeah, it's good. Dadswell and Martello is going to be the fight of the night, James, as we come around turn here. Coming up to this hairpin. This hairpin's going to be tight. I'm not looking forward to this.
Yeah, I think
James.
I think Dadswell's going to get this.
Yeah, Dadswell's looking pretty confident. He's got a decent bit of space between them as they come around. They have to really slow down for that turn to make sure they can do it nice and tight. They just managed to get through. Dadswell keeping his lead by just a few tenths of a second. Martello going to be looking to make an offensive on this sprint, on this straight, but I think Dadswell just has enough space between them. Coming up to round out this lap. We could be looking at a white flag here, James.
Yeah.
Or maybe one more lap after this.
Yeah, we are. This is going to be the white flag lap now for Adam Watson.
Unless Adam Watson makes some colossal mistake, I think he's got this in the bag. He's been absolutely flying through this track, James.
Yeah, absolutely. And as I say, we are on the white flag. We jump on board with the flaming McLaren of Jamie Dory. If we look on the left-hand side, we should see Barney waving frantically. No, Barney's had a night off. Barney's taking a night off tonight. He's decided that he's had enough for the waving, and he's now taking. Yeah, good old Barney. Adam Hedgecock and Stefan Albanese side by side going round now into turn 2. They're going to be running side by side through turn 3 and 4. It's the Porsche of Albanese. Here we go. On this run down now is Albanese going to have the inside for free. He is. Where is he going to put that car? Can Hedgecock slot in behind him? He didn't really have a lot of choice. Unfortunately for Adam, Hedgecock there, he got squashed out by Stefan Albanese, who's just blinkered off track. But this is the final lap of the race. Tom Dadswell and Carmelo Metello here,
here we
coming
go,
down
James.
into the hairpin.
Coming down into the hairpin. This is going to be the kicker, James. This is going to be really what decides this race. They come through here. Dazzle's got a bit of space. They're coming slow. Motello trying to get some offense to him. He just can't get enough space. Dadswell coming through. Going to stay ahead on the sprint. This straight is going to be the last chance for Motello to try and get any ground on Dadswell.
Yeah, I don't
Watson
think
is absolutely flying down this straight. It's going to be pretty tight. Carmelo's he's gonna make a move here, James. It's his last chance.
He won't. He's hoping for an exit coming out, and he's not going to get it.
Yep. There we go. And your winners for this sprint, I believe this is the final. There we go. Watson coming in first, followed by Dadswell, then Carmelo Metello. There's your 1, 2, 3 for the gold track. Your current leaders for silver and bronze are Santos Pereira and Meacham. McCluskey comes in fourth, Gardner in fifth, followed by Williams in sixth. Santos Pereira coming in seventh, ahead of Jamie Dory. Jamie Dory rounding out the goals in eighth. We've got Sam De Oliveira coming in second in class in silver, followed by Stefan Albanese, Adam Hedgecock, Neil Forbes coming in at number 12, followed by Baz Meacham winning the bronze class in 13th. Paul Scott, Rafael DeSantis coming in 15th, Mark Fletcher in 16th. Mark Sykes coming in 17th, followed by Darren Doherty, Daniel Steinman, Jordan Bebois, Chris Daines in 21st, Robert Adams in 22nd, and we got Sean Shute and Mark Baker bringing up the rear. What a race, James.
Yeah, absolutely flying start here, and that's Baker going to be crossing the line in that Audi. As he goes over, we'll bring you up the results very, very shortly. And then we will be switching on to a BRB screen purely because we need to change sessions, guys. So settle back and go and get a drink and, you know, all the other things that you need to do. But here are the results of race 1. Adam Watson is your winner from Tom Dadswell in second, Carmelo Metello in third, Benjamin McCluskey fourth, Gavin Gardner fifth, Gaza Williams in sixth. Francisco Santos Pereira is the victor in silver there with Samuel de Oliveira second, Stefan Albanese third, Adam Hedgecock in fourth. Neil Forbes in 12th overall. Baz Meacham takes the bronze victory. He's got Paul Scott behind him and Rafael DeSantis in 15th, Felich 16th. Mark Sykes takes second overall and Darren Doherty takes third there. Beyond that, Daniel Stimon in 19th, Jordan Bebois 20th, Chris Daines 21st after, well, spinning in the Wall of Champions, not actually in it, but hit the curb in the Porsche. Robert Adams in 22nd, Sean Shute 23rd, Mark Baker and Nigel Stock 24th and 25th respectively. So there we go, and that basically is your results for race 1. Right, I'm psyching myself up for the guaranteed carnage that will be lap 1 of the next race. All right, that's well. And hashtag Matt, last throw of the dice. God. 2 sets of father and son have become F1 world champions. Keko and Nicky Rosberg are one set. Who are the others? I know that.
Oh, God. I saw something about this the other day. Oh, God. Was one of them was called Damon Hill, right?
I can't answer the question, but you need to give an answer because we need to change sessions.
I only remember Damon Hill. I don't remember the other name. Sorry, Phil. You got me with that one.
Graham Hill and Damon Hill, father and son.
I got one of them. Okay,
yeah,
I got one of them.
So there we go, guys. Right, we're going to jump onto a BRB screen, guys, and we will be back very, very shortly. Stay tuned because we will return after this short break. Okay, guys, we are back here live from Montreal. You still have myself, James Parfitt, and Matt Zeniith joining me in the booth this evening as we go now in to the hour-long feature race here with the mandatory pit stop of fuel, but they don't have to take tyres if they don't want to. It is literally their preference on that one. Well, you know, we got kind of a start that we kind of didn't necessarily want, with DeSantis hitting the curb and then spinning around, unfortunately. And then that put Fletcher and about 8 other drivers on the brakes at the same time. But, you know, I'm hoping we don't get the same kind of thing here. Yeah,
let's hope so. Let's hope so, James. I mean, obviously, they know the track now. They've had a lot of practice on the track now. They've had an entire sprint. They've had 2 practices, early qualifying. So hopefully, the start of this race should be a lot better.
Yeah.
And good news for Fletcher and Danes, even though they did get messed up a little bit during the race. That means they do start at the front in this feature because of the reverse grid. So we're going to see Danes and Fletcher at the top of this race starting off. So it's gonna be a better start for them this race, thankfully. But now I just gotta hope everyone else can kind of keep it cool, keep it collected, and get through these first few laps this feature.
Yeah, exactly. I think that's the thing, is they've got to get through it. Sorry, Matt, you needed both names for the point. James wins. I'm the quiz master, and so I decide who wins, says Phil.
Okay. So even though I got 2 questions more than James,
yeah,
1 question more than James, technically, no, okay.
You're still lost. So I won. So a big shout out there as well. So thank you so much, Phil, for joining us as always. Don't forget, guys, as well, if you want to email Phil, he is starting up a race team, so you can email him at robinhoodracing@gmx.co.uk as well, to be able to take part in his racing team. It's a new team starting and are looking for newly qualified drivers. You must have a D license minimum and able to drive the MX-5 and Formula V cars. There are 2 spots available for each squad and must be willing to race clean in a competitive arena. Slots are open to anyone, so come on, don't forget you can all get involved on that one. Apply to Robin Hood Racing. All cars and training provided by team, and if you're good enough to go up to the next level of the team, we'll take you on there. But not so there you go. So please hit up Phil at robinhoodracing@gmx.co.uk to take part in that one, because that would be absolutely stellar as well. You get to drive the MX-5 and the Formula V competitive arena, so that would be absolutely incredible. So you can do that. And also a massive shout out to the guys at Chuck Cameras 22 for providing the cameras this evening as well. Thank you so much for that. And all the other sponsors in the top right hand corner there for joining us and being a part of this absolute epic, amazing league. And also a massive shout out to simracingcommunity.co.uk have been providing the flybys for us that we get to see at the beginning of the race. So much love to them. Head over to simracingcommunity.co.uk for all your sim racing news, views, and forums and paint downloads and everything else that they do over there as well. So please go and check them out. Gazza Williams is back on track with a 1:34.74. Rafael DeSantis 1:35.46 currently, and Francisco Santos Pereira on a 1:35.48. So these guys are all out in practice. They do only got about 20 seconds left before we go into the feature. Now it will be a reverse grid. So what that means for Adam Watson is he's going to start on the back of Golds. What that means for Chris Danes and Mark Fletcher is they're going to start at the front for Golds. So, you know, yes, Matt swings it roundabouts.
Yeah, he does. I mean, it's gonna be a very interesting start, James. With all the kind of reverse grid, does always throw a spanner in the works for some of these races. I mean, seeing Dadswell and Watson and Camelo Mettello at the back is going to be interesting because they're absolutely flying through this race at the start of the sprint all the way to the end.
Yeah.
And as seen, we've got our grid coming up. Here you go. I'll let you do this, James.
Yeah, we've got Chris Danes in first place, Mark Fletcher second, Rafael DeSantis third, Jamie Dory fourth, Gazza Williams fifth, Gavin Gardner sixth, Benjamin Klutsky seventh, Carmelo Mettello eighth, Tom Dadswell ninth, and Adam Watson. In the silver class, we've got Paul Scott and Neil Forbes leading the way, with Adam Hedgecock, Stefan Albanese, Samuel de Oliveira, Francisco Santos Pereira, and Sean Shute. In bronze, we've got Mark Baker, Robert Adams, Jordan Bebois, Daniel Stimon, Darren Doherty, Mark Sykes, and Baz Meacham. So that is the current reverse grid situation here this evening, as we start off with Chris Danes and Mark Fletcher in front. Now this is going to be an interesting one here.
It really is. I mean, we saw in the first... Yeah, sorry, James, sorry. Apologies.
Sorry.
We saw in the first race of this season, Chris Danes absolutely flying ahead of the competition with his amazing fuel saving, able to win the first feature race because of it, James. So now that he's starting at first, this could be a really interesting time. This could be the time for Chris Danes to kind of show us why he was able to win that first race, and if he can come and do it again.
Yeah, I think that's going to be the interesting thing to see if he's able to do it again. I think from a point of view on that one, it's going to be tough for him because of who's beside him. If it, you know, I'm not saying any drivers are like, you know, like me, can't drive. I'm saying that Danes has got Fletcher beside him. Do you know what I mean? It's no small feat.
Fletcher is an insanely talented driver. He's currently tied for first in the entire league in the gold, and he has been incredibly consistent throughout all 7 of these races now. So it's really tight. We're going green, James.
Here we go now.
Let's go.
The guys lead down side by side. Down into turn 1 here with Chris Danes and Mark Fletcher. Chris Danes gets through. Now in the silver class, it's still Paul Scott and Neil Forbes there battling it out here at the moment. They are swapping and changing positions as they go running down into turn 3 and 4 currently. There is Neil Forbes and Paul Scott in the bronze class. Mark Baker is leading the way with Jordan Bebois behind him, and Sean Shute at the back of silver there with the bronze classes involved in that one. So Mark Baker, Sean Shute coming to contact, but it's still Mark Baker in the bronze, still Paul Scott in the silver, and it's still Chris Danes and Mark Fletcher in the gold, with Rafael De Santos just taken Jamie Dory. Further back, we've got Paul Scott there as well. Stefan Albanese has just gone past Neil Forbes. Adam Hedgecock's looking at doing the same thing in silver class. And we've got Mark Baker is running onto the grass. That's allowed Jordan Bebois to take the lead in the bronze. Jamie Dory's going down the order, and that is why, as he's been involved in the incident down into turn 10, currently at the moment has dropped all the way down the field. Mark Sykes in the background there, big puff of smoke from Mark Sykes with Daniel Stimon and also Baz Meacham. Baz is up 1 place in the class currently at the moment, and he's made his way through the order. So you can see there Adam Watson up 5 currently at the moment. Scott 1, Albanese 2, Santos 1, Bebois 2, Doherty 2, Meacham 3, and Sykes up 1. So Adam Watson and Gavin Gardner. Watson has just taken Gardner there. Fairly clean start. Carmelo Metello's typically taking the diver off track as well, and he's locked into Tom Dadswell. But overall, not a bad start for all of them.
Sorry, I'm back. I had a bit of lockjaw there, but I'm back, James. Apologies for that. Just had to fix my lockjaw. Yeah, that was a really nice start. There, James. So we're looking nice and tidy as we're coming in. We're currently following Carmelo Metello, who is just behind Benji McCluskey coming around and ahead of Tom Dadswell. That is not a place I would want to be as they come around this turn into this first straight here. It's going to look nice and tight here coming in into turn
8 and 9.
I've lost my map. 8 and 9, that's the one. Apologies, my map was the wrong way around.
Yeah, coming into turn 8 and 9, but Chris Danes has got Mark Fletcher as these guys are headed down into the hairpin at 10. They're going to be side by side. Is Fletcher going to run him around the outside? He's going to have a good old go. He tries to cut back. He's tried the old switcheroonie, and he didn't make it stick this time around, but don't think it's going to be long. Trouble is with Danes, if he allows Fletcher to get out in front, I've got a funny feeling Fletcher could be gone here, and that's the last thing he wants to do. So that's definitely not something he wants to do here. Currently at the moment with Fletcher going into turn 13 and 14 as these guys are leading us around. Chris Danes bounces the curb and gets the car through. Paul Scott leading the silver class. He's got 1.2 second gap at the moment, as does Darren Doherty. He's got barely half a second to Baz Meacham, has moved all the way up to second in class. So Baz Meacham absolutely flying. Can we see a bit more of the other classes in the broadcast? I did show quite a lot of them in the last race there, Paul, as well, but we will run through and keep an eye on the orders and the changes within each class. As you can see here, Stefan Albanese having a battle with Adam Hedgecock in silver at the moment. and he is battling, and Albanese is through. He's second in the class overall. Dadswell has just gone past Benjamin McCluskey and running down now into turn 6 and 7. And this is Dadswell through Martello and Jamie Dory there behind him. So Carmelo Martello, Jamie Dory, Benjamin Klutsky, all behind Tom Dadswell in the goal. This is your battle for 7th in class overall. As we can see, Carmelo Martello trying to make that move around the outside on this run down through 8 and 9 as he's going down into turn 10 at the moment there, Matt. Oh, Matt has lost all internet. That's never good. So you've got little old me here for 55 minutes on this circuit, and hopefully Matt will get his internet sorted out and will join us back in the booth. But Benjamin McCluskey and Jamie Dory on this run down into turn 13 and 14. The big gruffing McLaren of Jamie Dory beside the curb eating BMW slots in behind him. Paul Scott behind that in the silver is making the most of it. Adam Hedgecock, Stefan Albanese, they're going to try and go side by side into turn 13 and 14. Hedgecock there, what an absolutely stellar job from him, and overtakes that position from Albanese. Down in the bronze, Darren Doherty has got Baz Meacham 3 attempts behind him. Doherty's really got nowhere to go currently as he's going down into turn 1. Goes defensive because Meacham is behind him, so he knows where his class is, but in front of that he's got short shooter Samuel de Oliveira in the silver. And I think for Darren Doherty, he's got to be looking at trying to make that move over these guys, because Baz Meacham is absolutely flying behind him currently, and really Doherty needs to cleave a clear shoot or Stefan or Oliveira. Fletcher again into 8 and 9, sets him up. Tries to get the run out for Danes as these guys coming down into turn 10. Here we go again. The problem for Fletch now is Watson's on the left-hand side as well. Adam Watson, they're going to be going double line. Oh, Fletch gets all wiggly. Watson goes in deep. Fletch gets all wiggly. Danes makes it through. And now this is a straight drag from Watson and Fletcher. And Fletcher now side by side here. This guy's going up into turn 13 and 14 as he's running along the back straight currently at the moment. Danes pulls over, gives his toe to Watson. Doesn't really want to help Fletcher as much as possible, because he knows, and I know, and everybody else knows, when Fletcher catches the toe and he goes out in front, this could be race over. And it could be now going down into turn 1 with Mark Fletcher. Chris Danes are going to be side by side. The only good thing for Danes is on the inside into turn 1. He's got that Porsche lined up. Fletcher's going to have the inside for 2, mind you. The door's got to be left open, otherwise they're going to go round. Oh, Danes squeezes Fletcher and manages to stay currently out in front. Mark Baker all over the back of the other Audi. Baz Meacham down in bronze currently here, and Klaus currently the battle to 3rd and 2nd, and Daniel Stimon behind that there as well. Adam Watson's dropped back a bit, but Mark Fletcher has cleared. Oh, Chris Danes, no, Chris Danes goes back through again, and Danes has retaken the lead. So there we go. Right about now, and Matt has joined me back in the booth. Matt?
Apologies about that. My Ethernet, one of my roommates accidentally pulled my Ethernet cable out. I'm back.
Oh, okay. Well, there we go. You've missed some epic action. Danes has passed Fletcher. Fletcher's passed Danes. DeSantis and Gardner have both got past Watson, and this is why Watson is down where he is currently at the moment.
Oh my, what's happening here, James?
So this is going down into the hairpin.
Oh.
He gets all out of shape. He goes wide. It does make it back through. He gets on the gas in that Audi. So this must be further up that this has happened. For Adam Watson, this is going to be into the Wall of Champions, I believe. This is going up the back straight currently at the moment. He's side by side. We saw this action live. Danes pulled over, give Watson the toe, but still couldn't hold on to the back of Fletch. And Watson here, what does he do? He bounced the curbs in the Audi. And that's going to be an unfortunate slowdown, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is where Gardner and DeSantis it is. Slow down for Adam Watson, and he allows them cars to go through. So that was the problem for Adam Watson, and that's why he's lost the positions he has done. In silver, Paul Scott is chasing down Jamie Dory. That's the difference in class. Darren Doherty and Baz Meacham and Mark Baker are still having a battle, Matt.
Yeah, this is going to be real nice. Darren Doherty and Baz Meacham, 2 great racers coming right behind here. I've lost my map because my Wi-Fi got pulled. I'm going to get that back up real quick. Here we're going around into turn 8 and 9, I believe that is. Coming around. Darren Doherty staying just ahead as they're coming into this turn. Coming just around the corner. Darren Doherty managed to keep it nice and tight as Baz Meacham is not going to want to let up as they're trying to get right onto his backside here. It's looking like, what is this looking like? A little bit, 0.1 gap between them. It's going to be real tough as they're coming into another turn.
8 and 9.
That's turn
8
and 9. That's 8 and 9. Why is my map wrong?
And they're leading down into turn 10 currently at the moment, so the hairpin of 10 for Darren Doherty. He's got Sean Shute. He needs to pass Sean Shute, I think, on this occasion, otherwise Baz Meacham is going to get him very, very shortly. So these guys do need to swap around positions if they can. And Baz Meacham, Meacham wants to catch up to Doherty. Doherty wants to clear Shute as best he can. Paul Scott is still leading the silver class. He's got Adam Hedgecock there in the BMW behind him, currently 2.67 seconds. Up front, Danes has now got DeSantis. Watson's got past Gardner. What has happened to Mark Fletcher?
Oh no, what's on here, James?
Started here, I think. DeSantis past Fletch.
Let's take a look at this.
Going down into turn, wow, Fletcher's got a slow down coming out of 13.
Oh no.
Yeah, Fletcher's got a slow down coming out of 13 there, as you can see it now. He's now dropped all the way down the order. Danes has been off track. That's allowed. Currently, Rafael DeSantis, Adam Watson, Chris Gardner, Gaza Williams, Tom Dadswell, and Carmelo Metello in front of him.
Oh, Chris Danes was ahead this whole race so
just
far.
runs in so deep.
Oh no.
Into turns, that's the left-hander of 6 and 7. And unfortunately for him, it's dropped him down the order. But Adam Watson is now going up the inside of DeSantis. There's a little bit of contact there. Gavin Gardner's looking at trying to get onto the back of the Verano Motorsport with Team DRS in front of him. And Gardner is chasing down the Porsche here of Rafael DeSantis. So let's see what Gardner is able to do as these guys are heading up in to the 13 and 14 currently, Matt, and they're going to be looking at trying to get this run out of here and go down into turn 1.
Turn 1's nice little turn here coming into turn 1. What's happening? Okay, right, here we go. We're following Adam Watson, DeSantis, Gavin Gardner, all going around this turn nice and tight. As we see them they're all really nice close together, right up at their backside.
Leading down into turn 3 now. The right-hander, we're going to go right and then we're going to go left for these guys down into turn 3 and then into what is the left-right of turn 4. As you see these cars whistling past the wall currently with Danes trying to get out the inside of Metello. He does make that one as well. He runs around and takes the inside line on the exit and that is him through up into 6th place. However, he's still got Metello right behind him and Adam Hedgecock there has taken the lead in silver. So Adam Hedgecock taking the lead in silver class. Paul Scott has had an incident and is sat round in turn 6 and 7 and is just sat there currently, Matt, all on his own.
Yeah, he is. Just nice little nap there going on the track. So we're currently following Chris Danes. And who is that, James? I've lost my words.
Behind him.
There's Metello right side by side as they come around this turn. That's nice and tight as they're coming through. Chris Danes, unfortunately, dropping 5 places after coming off that track. Coming into the long straight before the hairpin. We could be seeing another Wall of Championship from Chris Danes. Hopefully we don't see that. I'm on the wrong turn again. Oh my god, what is happening with this map? 13 and 14, here we go. Apologies, Jen. My map is going absolutely haywire. It's just past that curve. Man, just keep off the Wall of Champions there.
Yeah, this is the battle in gold. You can see them all. Fletcher's trying to come through with Metello in front of him with McCluskey as well. Fletcher's got nowhere to go. These guys are too wide. He's not going to send it too wide in turn 2. But look at the action with Chris Danes as well. And Rafael DeSantis, Gaza Williams behind that. Tom Dadswell in the mix. All of the goals are literally within about 2 seconds of each other. The only one who's not is Jamie Dory. He's a little bit off the field, but here they go streaming through now, coming into the left-hander of 6 and 7. And Danes is in the Porsche there, trying to keep hold of it. Adam Hedgecock has got this gap now of about half a second out to Stefan Albanese. There is the interval gaps between the cars in front and Hedgecock in the BMW. Down in bronze, Darren Doherty has got Baz Meacham 1 second behind him at this moment in time. So Baz Meacham there trying to close down on Darren Doherty. Carmelo Metello did flag up that he's had an incident. I think he's just ran in deep there. So but Carmelo Metello running in deep. Matt, you all good?
Sorry, yeah, there was just something happening with my flat. There are now blackout warnings happening in London. So if I drop, the entirety of my town is gone. So apologies for that, ladies and gentlemen. Everything's happening at the same time, James. I'm really sorry.
That's all right. DeSantis is in the pits, as so is Fletcher. Fletcher and DeSantis in the pits. Jamie Dory's going to move up 2 places. He's going to go up into 8th. In silver, Adam Hedgecock, Stefan Albanese here leading the way.
Yeah, this could really be where we start to see things start to go haywire as people start jumping into the pits. And that's where things are going to change a lot. Mark Fletcher and DeSantis, obviously 2 of the front runners, they're going to do they're pitting pretty early, so we'll have to see how they go here. Adam Hedgecock currently be chasing down by Albanese. Adam Hedgecock, you're first in class for silver. Adam Watson, you're first in class for gold. And Doherty taking the first for bronze. Those are your class leaders. As we're seeing Hedgecock coming through to...
It's coming around to 6 and 7.
6 and 7. God damn it, I was always there. As we're seeing, coming through to this straight here. This could be where Albanese needs to get some offense coming in, but just too much of a gap here as they're coming through.
8, 9 now, and Adam Hedgecock is in silver. He's got Jamie Dory in front of him in the McLaren. It's looking like Dory may have had a slowdown there. He's trying to wear it off at the moment, and Hedgecock's going to make his way through. That's going to be bad news for Dory, as he's now got to make his way back through again past Adam Hedgecock after clearing off his slowdown. And these guys are running up the back straight at the moment as well, with Adam Hedgecock, Jamie Dory, and currently Stefan Albanese behind him. Dory's going to be looking at trying to make that move as well. The thing for Hedgecock here, Matt, what he's got to do is kind of allow Dory through, but keep Albanese behind him. And Dory goes past him and then peels it into the pits as Hedgecock puts that BMW up on 2 wheels.
There he goes. Nicely done by Adam Hedgecock there to let Jamie Dory through, but not let Albanese kind of slam through there as we're going in. Coming through. That's not easy to do. Into turn 1. That is not easy to do, James.
No, I think from Hedgecock's point of view, he did the right thing. He allowed, Dory through. However, Dory then just went straight into the pits.
Yeah, that is not an easy thing to do.
The move needed to be made, I think, would have been the question on that one over these guys who are battling for the lead in silver. Gardner has got Williams, Dadswell, Martello and McCluskey. These are the 5 cars currently on track. They are coming into turn 8 and 9 as they're going to be going right and left on that run down into turn 10, yeah, which is, of course, that hairpin.
Also, just to mention real quick, we've got to give it up to Adam Watson, coming up 9 places into first. He is absolutely
flying as Matt's gone again. So I believe Matt is having severe internet issues, which we did put the warning out because of the storms that's been going around the UK currently at the moment. And Matt has dropped out once again. I'm currently still up and running, which is always good because you're still seeing the action on track. But unfortunately for Matt, he sounds like he's having a horrendous time. And Hedgecock and Albanese here. Hedgecock's hugging that inside line. He doesn't want Albanese to have the inside line this evening as he's going now into 13 and 14. And that is Hedgecock through. So Matt has lost all internet. Wonderful. A whole of London. Matt's internet in London has gone. So Albanese, Hedgecock got to slow down on that one, and that's allowed Albanese through. Unfortunate for Adam Hedgecock there. You did see him take a lot of the curb, and that has allowed Stefan Albanese. Williams, however, is locked in with Dadswell. Now, DeSantis, Fletcher have pitted. Dory, Bebois has pitted, and Baker's in the pits. So there we go. That's the current situation further down. Mark Fletcher and DeSantis now is coming in and in the pits exactly the same time, leaving exactly the same time, and this is where they are on track. Fletcher on the right hand side in the BMW, DeSantis on the right, Team DRS, and that is Fletcher through. So next on the list for Fletch, Sean Shute, 5.5 seconds up the road. Neil Forbes. Now, Neil is not meant to come back for a few hours, going to head off so I don't use up all my data on my phone. All right, mate, you take care, have a good one. As we see Neil Forbes now. He's got Francisco Santos Pereira in currently 9th and 10th overall. This is a battle for second in class here. 41 minutes. No worries, Matt. These things absolutely happen. Don't panic at all. Gaza Williams now, Tom Dadswell, Martello, Carmelo Martello behind him, and McCluskey behind that as these guys go racing down into 13 and 14, down across the start finish straight. So, oh, Dadswell's all over the back of Gardner. He's looking to go side by side here. Dadswell. Oh, it's through. Dadswell is through. Hedgecock's in the pits. So that's allowed Albanese to take the lead into silver. Daniel Stemon and Baz Meacham currently in bronze here. So these guys having a interesting battle with 40 minutes remaining. So you do have just myself here this evening now. Matt, as she said, has been in and out and currently has that internet issue that unfortunately cannot deal with. But it's going to be out for a couple of hours, so there we go. Carmelo Martello all over the back of Williams at the moment. All over the back of Williams. How is this going to pan out? On the nose of Martello now, we're going round the hairpin. Williams in front of us. Sean Shute has been off track. Unfortunately for Sean, he's been involved in his own little incident there. Gaza Williams there with Gavin Gardner, and then we've got Tom Dadswell, Chris Daines on the nose of the BMW. Daines has got Dadswell's got the run on the right hand side. Can he hold this position going down into turn one as these guys come racing down in front of us currently at the moment? Here we go. They make it through. Daines there, still retakes the lead and then comes out the other side, still in front of Dadswell. So that is Daines in second, Dadswell in third. Watson's got about a 6.5 second lead currently at the moment in front of all of these guys. And these are rushing down into turn 6 and 7 as they've gone through 3, 4 and 5. So see how this one pans out. Stimon and Meacham, this is the battle for second in the class in bronze here this evening. So Stimon and Meacham, Meacham's got about 7 tenths at the moment, but I tell you what, who hasn't got that gap is Chris Daines and Tom Dadswell. Dadswell in the BMW, Daines in the Porsche. Tom Dadswell looks at going left. He goes right, then he jockeys left. Can he make this back through? On this run down into turn 13 and 14, what is aptly named the Wall of Champions on the nose once again with the BMW leading us down now. We've got this pull, long draft. Is he going to be able to make this move? He's not going to be close enough this time around. And Chris Daines going in there. Dadswell takes a big lump of curb. Such a different line to that Porsche. He's been able to carry more speed because the BMW is such a curb munching machine, as we've seen. Daines takes the inside line for one. Dadswell's trying to go around the outside, not making it stick this time around. And unfortunately for Tom Dadswell is going to be behind Chris Daines once again. Carmelo Martello is still chasing down Benji McCluskey. Albanese's got about a 1.5 second gap over Forbes. Forbes hasn't got that luxury. He's got about half a second over Oliveira in the Mercedes. And then if you look down at bronze on the left-hand side, there's like 6 second gaps apart at the moment. Stimon's in the pit, so we've got Meacham 5.7, Adams 5.3 behind that. And then we've got Sykes a long way back behind that. So there we go. That is the battle of the classes currently on the left-hand side of your timing tower. So fair play to them guys, and that is the overall positions of where each car is currently on track. So unfortunately we have lost Matt Zeniith this evening, so unfortunately we can't have any more hashtag Ask Mats. as he's, as we've loving that feature and asking firing F1 questions at Matt. He clearly looks like he's got more knowledge than I have here tonight, but he's obviously got away and done his research as Matt Zeniith, so fair play to him. As we jump on board for Benji McCluskey. Benji McCluskey here this evening. Dom Dadswell's into the pits. Benji McCluskey, aged 21 years of age here for our next few parts of the focus, as we see Gazza Williams trying to go round Gavin Gardner in front of us. Gardner manages to hold the inside line. It's been sim racing about 7 years as Benji McCluskey. Favourite sim? Well, we won't go there, but it's ACC. Biggest inspiration is Marco Simonicelli. I love this big personality and charisma he brought into the MotoGP paddock, and a riding style that would have been destined for greatness. Greatest achievement in real life or sim, winning a few championships on Project Cars 2 and ACC with Nxtgen and AOR. I'm fairly new to iRacing, so this season is very much a learning process, and hopefully I can get closer to the top. So Benji McCluskey there, 5th in gold at the moment. He's doing a great job of keeping Carmelo Metello behind him, but that is the information. Your fan club hasn't been in tonight, James. No, not overall. We haven't seen them. But then again, I think I spent more time banning them in the channel as well. That unfortunately I think they go to appear, and then the little bot gets hold of them and sends them into oblivion. So yeah, they've not managed to get in tonight, but they're still. I'm sure they'll be about. You haven't brought them in with you, as well. That's the problem. You haven't brought them in. So there we go. Battles down in silver now with Albanese, Forbes and Santos Pereira. This is Forbes in front of Santos Pereira. Pereira in at the Danes is in the pits, Gardner's in the pits, Martello's in the pits. Watson's still not in at the moment, and he's still opening up that gap out in front. I think if he carries on, he could be in the point of getting a free pit stop here. Dadswell come in and still got out of in front of Tom, in front of Rafael DeSantis and Mark Fletcher. So Dadswell with an absolute stellar pit stop there as well. Pit stop times around about 54.5 seconds. So it's going to be interesting from Danes' point of view here in the pits. Meacham has just gone through. Where is Dadswell? Dadswell's coming through 13. Adams, Martello, Gardner and Danes are still in the pits, and they are going to be for about another 9 seconds. Dadswell's gone past Adams, he's gone past Martello, he's gone past Danes, as these guys are still in the pits. Can Danes come out in front of Rafael DeSantis? He does. Danes is out in front of DeSantis. Can Gardner get out in front of Fletcher? It's going to be side by side. These guys coming out of the pits, racing down into turn 3 and 4. Mark Fletcher, Gavin Gardner on the right-hand side, and that's Fletcher through. But Chris Danes lost out to Tom Dadswell, and Dadswell made it out in front of Danes there. So Dadswell jumped Danes in the pits. An absolute stellar job there for him. Stimon now with Robert Adams coming out. Can Adams stay in front of Stimon in bronze? He can. Robert Adams there stays in front of Daniel Stimon. Adam Hedgecock has just been in the pits, pitted on lap 16, so only 1 lap ago, and he is currently now going to be trying to get back up to Albanese, Forbes, Santos and De Oliveira. So well done to Adam Hedgecock trying to climb through the field. Hopefully from him point of view he will make it through. But there is your pit lap time. There is your complete pit lap time of about 54 seconds. So I'll see if they're in the lobby waiting. They could well be, mate. They could well be. But they're not here. McCluskey, Watson, Forbes, Albanese, Doherty, Meacham, Scott. Now this is it now. I think Watson's going to get out in front of Danes and Dadswell, and he has done. So Adam Watson is going to be back out. Dadswell's cleared. DeSantis declared Danes there, so Danes is through. Martello, now it's going to be, where is this man? Adam Hedgecock coming through the order. He's still got Santos, Scott, Forbes, Albanese in the pits. Is he going to be able to jump in? Because Albanese's just coming out, I believe. Albanese's coming through turn 1. Where is Adam Hedgecock? He's coming there. They're going to be coming out side by side practically. There's Albanese, there's Hedgecock. This is the battle for silver at the beginning. And Hedgecock's got it. Hedgecock has come out by his nose hair in front of Stefan Albanese. And Albanese makes it through at that time. Darren Doherty and Baz Meacham, but Hedgecock cleared Stefan Albanese in silver. The battles for the silver. Can Hedgecock now make it past Pereira and Oliveira? Williams is in the pit, so I'm expecting Watson to overtake the lead. But at the moment, Adam Hedgecock absolutely flying as he's coming round turn 9, 8 and 9. Nightbot has been munching them as soon as they arrive. Absolutely. Nightbot's been kicking off and has been grabbing hold of them before they even get in. So fair play to her. I think that's the one thing with that, is once you get them all done and banned and, you know, hide in the channel, they don't come back again. So Nightbot has been rocking out at the moment, so in the JPB. I think they've got the same in the next gen as well, so I think that they've been done and dusted. Williams in the pits now. De Oliveira knows he needs about 54 seconds over this man, Adam Hedgecock, who's coming round into turn 13. Can Hedgecock take the lead? Oliveira's going to be in the pits for at least another 13 seconds. So can Hedgecock steal the lead here from Oliveira? Oliveira's on his way out. Can Oliveira hold on to be in front of Paul Scott? It looks like he can, but he's come out right beside Albanese. He's gone round Oliveira, Albanese, Forbes. Forbes has picked up some freebies, and Neil Forbes is second now. I'm not entirely sure where we should be looking on that one. Did the gap close? Did it not? Let's have a look back. So this is Stefan Albanese. Oliveira is out on the left-hand side of us currently. He's coming out of the pits now. There is Oliveira. Yeah, not entirely sure how that one's going to pan out, but Pereira's in the pits in silver. Hedgecock's coming around the hairpin at 10. Pereira has only been in 15 seconds. He's just stopped, so he's got about a 25-second gap. Thomas Mora again. Yeah, I'm not quite sure where the blame would be, though. Albanese did run in very deep into turn 2, and unfortunately that did look like he closed the door. He kind of didn't give Oliveira anywhere to go. Now, maybe I'm just seeing it from a commentator's point of view. Oh, Pereira's out. Pereira's out. Hedgecock's here, but Pereira's pit lane time is about going to be about 5 seconds. Here is Hedgecock. There is, oh, Pereira's made it. He was 2 seconds quicker in the pits than Adam Hedgecock, and he's got a pit lane stop time of about 3 seconds quicker than Hedgecock. So did he take enough fuel? That's going to be the question. And can Williams hold Mark Fletcher back, who now is all the way up into 4th place? So yeah, and he hold him back going into turn 9 and 10. I know Fletcher's going to want to pass Williams as soon as possible to get onto the back of Danes, which is just there in front of him. So absolutely stellar job from these guys. Mark Fletcher chasing down currently Gazzo Williams. Here we go now. Fletcher's on the nose, pulling out on the right-hand side. He's looking, not going to make it this time. Here we go. Fletcher's got a better exit. Where is Williams going to go? Oh, Williams is squeezing him. Fletcher's going to have the inside for 1, but Williams should have the inside for 2 here. No, he didn't. Fletcher managed to not only did he get through, he got through and kept the inside line. So that's Mark Fletcher up into 4th place, and he's now free to chase Tom Dadswell. Paul Scott chasing down Samuel de Oliveira after his spin with Stefan Albanese. So what can Paul Scott do there? There's no battles happening in bronze at the moment. Robert Adams has got Jordan Bebois about 3.5 seconds back. There is Robert Adams. There's Bebois coming round turn 1. Darren Doherty leading off in bronze as well. He's got a 2-second gap to Albanese, but he's got about 4.5 seconds back to Baz Meacham. So, yeah, absolutely barnstorming start for them guys. He's currently now settled in nicely. As we'll have a look at the standings in each class. Santos Watson is leading gold by 10 seconds over Dadswell with Danes behind him. Santos, Pereira, Hedgecock, Forbes are your top three in silver. Doherty, Meacham and Adams, and there is Mark Baker. Team Tetra Rouge, they're not having a good time, sat on the side of the road. Just got to wait and wait and wait. Personally, I probably would have gone back to the pits by now, but that's just me, as Williams there. He's got Martello behind him. Fletcher's just clearing Sean Shute. Shute here is not in a good position. He's trying to get out of the way. I know how difficult that can be, trying to be in a corner that you've got to try and take part in, and then he's trying to get out of the way at the same time. So that's going to be a tough one, but manages to clear them out. So Paul Scott chasing down the Oliveira. Can Scott keep Oliveira as we go on to the gearbox of this Mercedes? Ooh, here comes Scott now. I'm going to be interested to see what happened to Jamie Dory here, because Jamie Dory is sitting in the pits and is currently 5 laps down. Just trying to see what happened. Jamie Dory crashed there. Oh, it's car 71 beside him. Ah. Rafael DeSantis there right beside him. And unfortunately, that is what happened to Jamie Dory. Camilo Metello is another man that looks like he's been involved in an incident. We're on the gearbox of Martello as we look back at Gazza Williams. Behind that, Gavin Gardner and Benji McCluskey are having an interesting fight as well as these guys go into turn one. Oh, Williams in that BMW looks so much quicker. Back from Gardner. He's made it through comfortably. Darren Doherty is now on the back end of Stefan Albanese. From silver class is Darren Doherty. He's going to be wanting to try and clear him if he can, because obviously they're slowing each other down. Albanese obviously was involved in that incident with Samuel de Oliveira. And I think if we have another look back of that one, I think it's going to be a tough one to try and determine where the blame would be, I think, because we're on board here with Oliveira this time, and there is Albanese. We're going to let the stewards sort that one out, I think. Let the stewards have a look at that. 22 minutes here remaining. And as you can see on the left-hand side, Watson, Santos Pereira and Doherty are leading in class. And the gaps are quite stretched out. Watson's 10 seconds gap over Dadswell, 2 seconds in front of Danes, 1.1 with Fletch. Martello's 3 seconds behind that. Williams there is closing back up, but Camelo Martello is clearing him, and Gardner's behind him with McCluskey. That's your battle in gold. De Oliveira, and he's chasing down Baz Meacham in bronze, but he's also got Paul Scott here behind him, so maybe Meacham can do him a favour. I'm sorry, but yeah, I know. Yeah, because DeSantis in the first one, Albanese in the second one. DeSantis again as well. Car 71 with the McLaren of Jamie Dory. You know what? It's really tough because I think we discussed this previously, and we said about you know, it's not all on that, and it's just unfortunate that the drivers seem to be involved in so much. I think that's the thing. I think, you know, I don't know. I can't answer why that would be. I can't answer the situation behind that as well, unfortunately. And as we and I know, if I start putting opinions that are not always popular, DMs come into it. It looked like a source code. No, it definitely was not that, Phil, unfortunately. Yeah, and you know, I don't want to be pulled in front of the stewards for opinions. I'm just going to keep it to myself that, yeah, that just happened to be there at the time when something happens. Martello here looks like he's going to be overtaken by Gazza Williams. Martello looks like he did get actually a slowdown off the left-hander of 6 and 7 because he was slow coming out, and that's allowed Williams through. McCluskey and DeSantis is getting closer to each other at the back there as well. But here we go. Martello trying to make this move back past Williams at the hairpin. Nothing doing at the moment. On the nose now, there's the BMW in front of us. God, he's going to send him if you're going to go. He's going to send him. He's going to send you the long way, mate. I saw that coming a mile off. No way is he going to give up that inside line. Oh, that's no way you're going to make that. Danes is going to make it through as well. So is McCluskey. Oh, almost. 3 wide. Oh, 3 wide for a brief second there. Oh, no. Benji McCluskey side by side with Martello and Rafael DeSantis. Was there contact off Martello's car? No, there wasn't. Martello had that inside line and was hugging the curb. Unfortunately for McCluskey there, he just got a little bit out of shape. Danes, however, has got the ever-looming Mark Fletcher behind him. And Danes here going around the hairpin of turn 10. Keeping an eye in silver at the moment. It looks like Sean Shute has been involved in another incident. But Adam Hedgecock is chasing down Pereira. The gap to Pereira is actually only 6 tenths currently at the moment. Oliveira's Albanese stopped. Albanese stopped. Is that fuel? Does he stop because he's got fuel? Is that fuel? No, he's going again. Not sure what the situation was for Albanese, but he's up and running again. And Danes is up and running with Mark Fletcher there in the right-hander of 8 and 9. Not fuel. No, it looked very bizarre because he's now back up and running again and is all the way down in 21st. So Albanese there, I can't answer what was wrong there, but unfortunately he's now dropped all the way down into 22nd place. Hedgecock is within touching distance of Pereira. Hedgecock can see Pereira now, as these guys are coming racing down into the hairpin. If this move is going to be making, as it is with Chris Danes and Mark Fletcher, it's going to be into that corner. Nothing doing there. Mechanical failure? Maybe. Maybe some form of hardware failure, because he just pulled over and stopped and then got going again. There was no stuttering on the engine, and that's what I was trying to listen for. There was nothing on that rev limiter or a brum, 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 as we all know with these cars. DeSantis is in the pits, though. Rafael DeSantis is back in the pits. So Mark Baker's still in. Jamie Dory's been in for a long old while. DeSantis is now going down the order. No real reason, I don't think. He's just gone in. We're going to keep an eye on his pit times. His pit time's about 9-10 seconds currently. As Hedgecock is chasing down now, but Danes and Fletcher are another two. Nose to tail. 2 tenths back, 1 tenth back. Fletcher looks like he's got a better run than Danes out of that turn of 8-9. Danes hugging the inside line. Fletcher's right there with him. He doesn't want to go round unless he's going to try the cutback. Mark Fletcher's not going to get it this time around. I'm trying to keep a battle with the leads here, because this is Adam Hedgecock and Oliveira down in silver. And then we've got Benoit and Meacham in bronze. So there's 2 pockets of battles with these guys currently at the moment. But we'll go back here as Danes looks like he's got another better run out of 13 and 14 before he goes down into turn 1. Danes is trying to hug the line. Where's Fletch going to go? He's going to force him to the outside. Danes then comes back and covers that off. Chris Danes is defending for his life. Absolute defending for his life at the moment. Hedgecock's dropped back now from Santos, from Oliveira Pereira there. And Paul Scott is still chasing down Samuel de Oliveira. Scott in the Audi, Oliveira in the Mercedes. 14 minutes remaining. Benoit and Meacham as well is another one that's close. Oh, Benoit got to run then. He got to run out 13 and 14 as these guys are going side by side all the way down into turn 1. Benoit in the left on the Ferrari. Meacham in the multicolored Audi. And that is Benoit through into second place in bronze. He got to run out of 13 and 14. And that allowed him to really push that gap, and through he goes. But Fletcher and Danes are back at it again. Fletch trying to cut back this time, didn't quite work. It looks as though he lost power. The BMW is no good at that cutback. No, he's tried it a few times. He's kind of got to get him off the line, and it's not always easy, is it, trying to get somebody off that line? You know what I mean? It's not always done. The battle for third in class. Fletcher's got to run out of that turn 13. Danes all the way to the left again. He's forcing Fletcher to try to take that outside line. If Fletcher can carry that over speed, he can run around the outside of 1 and then try and get that. He's just not getting it. Well, if there was ever a driver of the day at the moment that defended, it's looking at Chris Danes. I tell you what, because he is absolutely defending his life here. Jose Mourinho would be proud right about now. I'll tell you what, the defending Danes is doing. Scott is another one that's trying to get past Oliveira. Stefan Albanese looks like he's been involved in another incident, whether or not that's all on his own or whether or not that's with somebody else. So he's on that run down into turn 1. Don't forget Albanese was just the man who just stopped here. He just overcooks it into turn 1 and manages to survive, but only just. Scott and Oliveira, Danes and Fletcher, keeping an eye on both gaps here in, this is silver, this is the battle for 13th overall. Fourth and fifth in the class currently. So here we go with these two. Fletch and Danes are still at it again. Oh! Fletch has got it. He's got the run around the outside. Can he hold this run now? Is Danes going to try and cut him off again? He did. I'll tell you what, that run out of 13 and 14 for Mark Fletcher is his gap to be, is where he needs to be. And Chris Danes is just not allowing him to have that run. He keeps blocking him off. As does Oliveira here with Scott. Scott now, where is he going to go? He's looking up the inside line. He really probably doesn't want to make that move there if he can help it. Scott and Oliveira. Scott, Oliveira's quicker in sector 2 and 3. Scott seems to be quicker in 1. Yeah, look with Danes and Dadswell. Dadswell is quicker there in front of these guys. Fletch is quickly in 2. Danes and quicker is in 1. This battle here for 3rd and 4th, what an absolute barnstormer. Danes has got to go left. He's going to make that one move, he's got to do it now. 9:58 on the clock of this hour, and that was Danes is sector 3. Where are your lap time differences over the last 4 laps? Hedgecock is back on to the back of Oliveira. Hedgecock back on the back of Oliveira. Not Oliveira, sorry, Pereira in the Mercedes. What can Hedgecock do this time around? Is he going to be another one who's just going to be behind him and not being able to get through? Because it looks like the BMW just cannot get the grunt out of the hairpin, which is where they kind of really need it. And this is where these guys are heading once again here. Down onto the left-hand side, dropping down into the hairpin again. Danes hugging that inside line. Fletch is trying to go in deep this time. He's still not going to get it. He just can't get the grunt of that BMW out before. Run down into 13 and 14 again here. Oh. I don't know where this is going to take them. I can't see where they're going to get through, and that's the fear there. Martello is on the back of Gardner. Hedgecock's lost a little bit of time to Pereira. Trying to use that draft to get back into contact again. And he's got 8 minutes remaining to try and do it. Paul Scott still having his battle with Oliveira. So Scott and Oliveira currently still mixing it up, the battle for 4th and 5th in class. Here we go now, 7:47 on the clock. They're not going to get the run out of that one. Gardner and Martello. Hedgecock's back within half a second of Pereira. And this is Carmelo Martello and Gavin Gardner, 2 Porsches here. Coming down into 9 and 10 now. Danes and Fletcher again. What is Fletch going to be able to do here? Can he get past? Adam and Tom are having, yeah, they're off down the road. I'm sorry. Adam's here, look, Adam's here, look, he's 10 seconds over Dadswell, who's there, and then behind that, oh, goes over to the 2 wheels. Here he is, this is the Danes Fletch battle. Oh, he's got to run. Can Fletch get it now? He's got to get that inside line. Dane knows he's got the run down and covers off that inside. Fletcher's trying to get him off. He just can't. He can't. Gets a squirt of gas on just to let him know he's still there. He still can't get through. Hedgecock still can't get onto the back of Oliveira by about that half a second. And another mix-up is Paul Scott still can't get onto the back of Oliveira. So, you know, all in all, going well. So, absolutely unbelievable here. These are your three closest battles on track. Oliveira, Scott, Santos Pereira and Adam Hedgecock. And, of course, Chris Danes and Mark Fletcher. So you see it on the left-hand side there, guys. If they're orange, they're really, really, really close, like these are. And if they go yellow, they're out half a second. So there we go. Oh, look at this from Fletch. He's literally on his nose. He's literally... Giant running around. Here we go. Right. Danes is all the way to the left already. He's shot over that left-hand side. Fletch now slots in. I think he's looking for a run out here. On the gas, on the gas, on the gas, on the gas, on the gas. Here he goes. Mark Fletcher on the nose. Danes all the way to the left-hand side again. Are we going to make it past him this time? He's got to get up his side. He's got to get up. There's going to be... maybe Fletcher's done it. Fletcher's done it. I think he bullied Chris Danes off the line. But Chris is not giving up. He knows he can get this one round the end, turn 3 and 4. Oh, Fletcher's got the run. He's got it done. He got the position from Chris Danes. Finally, after being alongside, he set him up in turn 13 and 14. And he got the run there as well. Scott and Oliveira. Here we go into 13. They're going to be side by side. Oh, no. Scott's moved over. Oh, Sean Shute in the background there. Oh, unfortunate for Paul Scott. He bounces the curb in 13. And unfortunately, he's put himself over. Look, as soon as he bounces that curb, there's just nowhere for him to go. Danes again now, tucked up the rolls are reversed, 3.5 minutes. Danes got it back. No, Fletcher's still out in front. Got it back for a brief moment after apparently they had a crash. This is what happened with Mark Fletcher and Chris Danes. Apparently this is involved in an incident going down into the hairpin. So that could be why he briefly retook it. Danes sent, oh, okay. Danes sent it on Fletch there. So far away from Chris Danes. Does he just allow him back through though? Yeah, I think Danes allows Fletch through there. He realizes there's a little bit of a orgy-borgy maneuver. Oh, Adam Hedgecock and De Oliveira. Pereira. Oh. Pereira in the orange Mercedes. Here's Adam Hedgecock behind us into turn 1, right? So Hedgecock's coming up the inside now. We'll let the police stewards have that one. But that is Adam Hedgecock into the lead in silver. Pereira behind him by about 4.2 seconds. Oliveira is in the mix with Baz Meacham and Jordan Bebois. And Gavin Gardner has got Carmelo Metello right behind him currently at the moment. So what can Carmelo Metello and Gardner do? Metello's going up the inside. It's going to be contact. Contact there. from Martello on Gardner. Guys, position back. Which position would you like to know about? Fletcher's still in front of Danes. Gardner's just lost a place to Martello. Oliveira's is in the mix with Bebois and Meacham after having an incident with Hedgecock. Edge needs to give that one back. Oh, well, you want to tell him? So which position would you like to know about, Mora? Or do you mean you just wish to see them all in positions like that? So you can see the gold, Watson, Dadswell, Fletcher, Silver, Hedgecock, Santos, Pereira, Forbes, in bronze, Doherty, Bebois, Meacham. So there we go. Please let us know what you're referring. Things are getting really feisty out there on the last 2 laps. Yeah, that's the scary thing. You know, Adam Watson is on the last lap of the race now. He is flying. He's got about 11 seconds over this man, Tom Dadswell, who Mark Fletcher now has opened up about 7 tenths on this man. But it's here. Look at Meacham and Bebois for 2nd and 3rd in bronze. These guys are flying as well. So they're having an absolute incredible battle, as was Hedgecock and Pereira. You know, the gap's out at 6 seconds now. Can Hedgecock really slow down and allow Pereira through? Would you? Let's put it that way. Would you do that? That's the thing, isn't it? Fletcher still here with Danes as Adam Watson's coming round the hairpin at 10. 38-lap race. Probably not, exactly. Adam Watson now overtaking Sean Shute, and he's got Mark Fletcher in his sights. Danes has got Fletcher, sorry, Adam Watson's going to be coming across the line very, very shortly. Mark Fletcher and Chris Danes going down into the hairpin, so let's follow Adam Hedgecock. That problem is for him and not for Santos. Yeah, I know. Dude, Thomas, I get it. I really do get it. Like, you know, that should have been, maybe could have been, possibly. But here's Adam Watson crossing over the line in first place. Tom Dadswell is going to come across the line in 2nd. This gap's so big, we'll actually have time to go back to the Fletcher-Danes battle. Fletcher there sticks his nose out, Danes behind him. But that's Mark Fletcher in 3rd, Chris Danes in 4th. Gaza Williams is going to come across the line in 5th at the front, basically, you know, ringside seat almost of that battle. But Adam Hedgecock is coming round now. He is the leader in silvers. So Adam Hedgecock's going to come across the line. So that is Adam Watson, Adam Hedgecock leading the silvers there, flash of the lights. Pereira is going to come across the line in 2nd place. And then behind that is Neil Forbes as these guys cross the line. Now in bronze, we've got Darren Doherty. He's going to take the victory, so well done, Darren there. Baz Meacham's going to come across the line in 2nd. And then in 3rd is Jordan Bebois. Or is it Bebois? No, it's Stimon. Stimon's going to take it. Stimon gets Bebois at the line. That's the car out of gas. That's the car out of gas. Where is he? He's out of fuel. Listen. Stimon run out of fuel. Right at the end there. And the results are up. So we got Watson is your 1st place man there. Dadswell in 2nd. And then Fletcher in 3rd. Gazza Williams in 4th, Chris Daines in 5th, Carmelo Metello in 6th, Gavin Gardner in 7th, Benji McCluskey in 8th. Adam Hitchcock takes the victory in silver with Francisco Santos Pereira in 2nd and Neil Forbes in 3rd. Darren Doherty wins in bronze. Samuel de Oliveira 13th overall, Baz Meacham 2nd. Daniel Stimon takes 3rd right at the line after Jordan Bebois run out of fuel. And then below that we've got Mark Sykes and Paul Scott. Stephen Albanese, Sean Shute, Robert Adams, Rafael DeSantis, Mark Bacon, Jamie Dory there. So stellar job from these guys. And we do have the victor in the booth this evening. And we're going to bring in Adam Watson. So Adam Watson, welcome in. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Well, tell me then, because from my point of view, and, don't get me wrong, I'm not a driver. But that looked fairly straightforward, wasn't it?
It was after a past date, but everything before that wasn't. Like, I personally don't understand half of it, why people were doing what they were doing, but, But once I got past dates, it was then straightforward.
Yeah, I don't know. In the sprint, DeSantos hit the curb and tried to brake on the grass and couldn't stop the car, and he went round, and then it all kind of got a bit messy. But look, generally, overall, fairly, you could sit back and say you've had an absolutely barnstorming evening with a victory in the sprint and a victory in the feature.
Yeah, I mean, it would also help if I'd picked the right car at the start of the season and had a better just overall season. But yeah, it's getting both wins is pretty nice too.
Yeah, absolutely, mate. It's a flat out quality evening of racing, and I think though, Adam, I think there's probably one that people would sort of envy to a degree of what you've achieved this evening. Yes, car choice at the beginning has played a part, but you've got 2 victories now. That's going to give you a chunk of points. Not probably enough to get involved with the championship, but overall, not a bad position to be in, I suppose. That's what I think. That's where I'm going.
Yeah, no, it's definitely pushed me forward, maybe towards the top 5. I personally haven't looked at the points, but yeah, having obviously the win last week and then 2 wins this week, it's definitely probably helped me, and probably helped me and Adam Hedgecock in the team championship as well to push us a bit further forward. I'm not near Tom and Mark. Them 2 have had a brilliant season, so it's between them 2, and either one of them deserves to win it. But yeah, it's definitely pushing me further and further up, hopefully.
Yeah, well, you're currently before this evening, we're in 8th place on 89 points. Obviously, you've gone past, the people involved, Peroni and DeSantis and that I probably would have thought. So overall, not a bad evening, mate. I think, looking forward to Nords Combined, because that's going to be a tough one in the endurance.
No and yes. It's I like Nords to a degree. I don't like Nords when I'm in the Audi and it can be a bit lively. It's swings and roundabouts. It's going to depend on the temperature. iRacing has the Audi on 2TC, which makes it a very big handful at the start of the race. But it's going to be, I think, it'll be interesting to see what happens, definitely. I don't have the straight line speed of the Porsche or the BMW, so yeah, it might be elbows out, line to line, breaking the toe.
Well, at the end of the day, you talk about you and Adam in the teams. Obviously, Adam took the victory in silver as well. So that's going to give you guys a nice little sort of chunk of points this evening. You're currently sitting down in 5th. Only 8 points off Nxtgen Team Orange, mind you, and only 60 off Team DRS Esports. So in the team championships, you're looking pretty good as well.
Yeah, we think we can maybe get Nxtgen, but I think DRS might be a bit too far out the window. But we'll give it a go.
Give it a go, buddy. Give it a go. And thank you so much again for Adam for joining me. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before you leave the booth?
Everyone in Altitude Esports, Mark, Tom, everyone behind the scenes, all the sponsors of the team, and Adam Hedgecock for the win in silver.
Awesome. Thank you so much again there, Adam, for joining me, and we'll look forward to seeing you next week.
Yep, you too.
Right, so there we go, guys. We're going to bring in now the victor of silver, Mr. Adam Hedgecock. Good evening to you, sir. Tell us about it, should we just say for now?
Sure. The first race I was gutted, I got a slow down, and if you cut the last chicane too much, you get a 3.5 second slowdown, which took me from first to fourth. Which wasn't second to fourth, which wasn't great. And then in the second race, I got the same slowdown again early on in the race, and I thought at that point, you know what, bit early. I know I've got the pace in me, so just put the laps in, and got the jump on everyone except Santos, and he, well, from what I can tell, he massively underfueled because he was lifting and coasting and clutching pretty much every heavy braking zone. So I could catch him up, and then right towards the end there, he just didn't go. Like we were coming out the corner, and he just didn't accelerate out the corner. And when you're running that close, there's nowhere to go. It's unfortunate. You know, no one wants the race to end like that. But you know, if we'll see what the stewards say. If he decides to protest it, we'll see. But,
okay. I can tell you now, his pit stop time was about 3 seconds. His actual stop was 3 seconds quicker. He had the fastest pit stop time of 22.75. Everybody else was around about 25, 26 seconds. So your massively under fuel strategy was correct. Now, interesting thing from our point of view is there was people in chat were saying maybe you could have possibly gave the position back. Do you think?
If I'd made a dive on him and turned him round, then sure, absolutely, I would do that. You know, as most people would. But you know, from my point of view, in that particular incident, and you know what it's like when you're driving on track, you can hear the murk from 3 miles away.
Yeah, such a good car.
So it is a brilliant car, but I couldn't hear him accelerating. There was no roar as we come out the corner. So at that point, I made that snap decision of, look, he hasn't gone. There's nothing I can do here. He was sideways on the track as well. So if I did wait for him, chances are we would have both been caught by the guys who were battling in third and fourth. So, you know, I just drove on and ended up pulling away from him. I think it was about 10 seconds in the end.
Yeah, it was.
But like I say, it's massively unfortunate. Like it's just one of those.
Yeah, absolutely. So we go into the very lovely Nords Combined next week for a 2-hour end in the endurance. You know, not a bad evening overall for you, taking the victory. It was good that obviously Adam's got the victory in the gold as well, because your team standings are looking quite good. Ferdy Clark in at the moment 24 points back from Pereira. So I think this could be, Mr. Hedgecock, a fight for the title at Nords. Do you not think?
Maybe. We'll see. There's not a lot of points between us when the results come out. You know, because there's not that many silvers running tonight, so you know the point difference isn't massive. But Nord should be fun. Like it's a great ending to the track. I haven't driven it for a while, so I'll have to get some practice in. But it'll be a good crescendo, I think. And 2 hours round there, like what's that? 3 laps?
Well, yeah, not many, but look, at the end of the day, mate, absolutely great evening. Congratulations on the career. Pereira's in chat, actually, believe it or not. Francisco said, Adam, I will not appeal for that. The stewards check and decide. Good race, man. That's what he's put.
Okay. Yeah, no worries. And yeah, like I say, like there was no malice or anything in it. And again, like if I felt that I'd done something untoward, I would have absolutely let him back ahead. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see what the stewards come up with.
Okay there, buddy. No worries at all. Well, Adam, anyone you want to give a shout out to before you leave the booth?
Well, you've had Watson in here
Yes.
just a minute ago, so I'm guessing he's done the altitude, guys. So I'll do my personals. Hedge iRacing, Mr. Hedge iRacing Photography. My media partners, World Sim Racing, Altitude Esports. Someone called JP Broadcasting. We have Finding Speed, and we have the other one. Oh no!
Simrace 24/7.
There we go. Simrace 24/7. Thank you very much.
No worries at all. Well, thank you
You're
so
welcome.
much for joining us, and look forward to seeing you next week.
Cheers, buddy.
Bye. Right, let's bring in Darren Doherty, the winner this evening in bronze in the feature, third place in the sprint, and an overall in the feature race as well. So, Darren, good evening to you, sir. Darren? Cannot hear you.
Hey
Darren?
James, how you keeping?
Oh,
Sorry
not
about
bad,
that.
mate. That's all right. I can hear you now. Yeah, I'm good, dude. How are you?
Yeah, good. This is 2 weeks in a row, starting to become a bit of a trend.
Oh, look at you getting a little run going on. But look,
Oh.
mate, overall, that weren't a bad evening. Third, first. You did have Baz winning the bronze, though, and he did get second behind you. So you guys are going to be very, very close going into Nords next week.
Yeah, I'm sure this is going to make for a brilliant finale to the season. Baz, brilliant driver. Obviously, yes, he got race one. Had a few slowdowns in race one. Obviously, being a 15-minute sprint, that obviously kills you. So I sort of was a bit cautious in the race two, not to get the slowdowns, which obviously worked in my favour. So I think him and Jordan had a bit of fight towards the end. I was watching it on the relatives, hoping Jordan may pip Baz. So I'll get a few more points off Baz. But no credit to Baz. Like, he had a fantastic race one. He obviously P2, so it's going to go right down to the last race of the season. On what a race, a 2 hour endurance and Nordschleife.
And just to let you know, Jordan was not going to catch Baz due to the fact that Jordan ran out of fuel on the line, across the line, and he actually he actually lost a position to Daniel Stimon as well. Stimon pipped him.
I seen Jordan. He took obviously Baz and watching the relative. I was being cautious obviously because I knew there was a 5-6 second gap. But then I started to see Jordan catch close that gap, so I was worrying a wee bit. There was 2 silvers in between us, but I think they had a collision in the Wall of Champions. So
yeah.
I think after that the 8-second gap stayed, and it was a bit of a deep breath. But no, fair play to Baz. He is racing out of his skin, and I said it is going to be anyone's game down to the last race of the season.
Absolutely as well, and one I sit here happily looking forward to. I got to be honest, Darren. Anyone you want to give a shout out to before you leave the booth this evening, buddy?
No, I'd like to say thanks to Rob Odman's teammate. He spent a couple of hours this week coaching me at this track. So, obviously the win goes to credit to him as well, and obviously the team X rating, team boss Phil Regan, and obviously well done to the Altitude boys. I see they've got a 1-2-3 again, dominating. And again, thanks to you guys, and obviously Nxtgen for putting the championship on.
No worries at all there, buddy. Look forward to seeing you next week, and what an interesting race it's going to be.
Yeah, I'll see you next week. James, take it easy.
Bye.
Take care. Bye.
Right, let's bring in Chris Daines into the booth. Now, Chris, I have to say something to you, sir. That defending was better than any I've watched in a very long time there from Mark Fletcher. It was just unbelievably positioning of that car. Well done to you, sir. Well, I'm going to say congratulations because I think you did a stellar job.
Yeah, I've struggled with a bit of pace around here. I've done okay in practice, but today, for some reason, I just couldn't find the pace. I couldn't hook the car up at all. So I knew I was going to struggle in that final race to stay in the lead. But unfortunately, I got hit from behind by DeSantis on lap 7. But yeah, no, at the start, defending Fletch at the start was tricky. I suppose it's one thing I'm fairly good at, but the rest of it is a bit tricky for me. So defending is one good thing I suppose I'm okay at. Judging by tonight. But yeah, no, up to lap 7 it was good, and then obviously the hit from DeSantis, then I really tried to fight my way back through to get in the top 3. But yeah, trying to defend Fletch. I mean, the guy's so quick. He's such a good driver. I've got so much respect for him. And I know I came on. I think after my hit, I came off the grass, and he reacted. Potentially thinking he was going to hit the back of me when there was enough room, but I apologise to him if he thought he was going to hit me, because I think that ruined his race a little bit. But he came back well, and yeah, big shout out to Fletcher for that. I hope there's no bad blood there. So, but yeah, no, it was a good race, really good race, and yeah, I'm sweating from head to toe on that one.
I bet you are as well. There was a little incident down into turn 10, wasn't it? You come a long way back on that one.
Yeah, I did. I know. And when Fletch got past me, he made a cracker move around turn 1, I think it was, around the outside of me. And I knew I had to get him back straight away. And I was just with ABS, it just kicked in far too soon, and I just couldn't get it stopped. And then obviously I went into the side of him, felt extremely bad, and let him pass straight away on the straight, because I didn't deserve that position with that move. But I had to try it. If you're not going to try it, then what's the point in racing? So. Yeah, again, we come together there, but again, he deserves that podium for sure, if not better than a podium after today's racing.
No, they're tied in the lead, is Dadwell and Tom and Mark anyway, so, and they're only one place behind each other this evening. Overall, though, going into the last race, because that's where we're at, believe it or not already, we've done 7 weeks, it's gone so quick. Going into the last race, what are we expecting from Chris Daines at Nords?
Well, unfortunately, I won't be able to do the race. I'm tied up with things at home, and unfortunately, I cannot make it. I'm a little bit gutted about it, but so yeah, apologies for that. I will be watching on the live stream and cheering everyone on, but unfortunately, it is one round I just cannot make.
Gutted.
Yep.
Gutted.
I know.
It would have been great to see you in that Porsche bombing it round Nords. I'd love to see how it had gone. But unfortunately, well, Chris, that's your end of your season then, really, isn't it? And, not a bad season. I would say you're finishing 4th overall in the championship, but obviously the other guys have still got this one race to go. So you could potentially... I don't think you're going to go lower than 5th, to be honest, because I think Gianni Peroni is a little bit too far back. So you could potentially finish 5th in the season.
Yeah, I mean, I've been happy with that, missing around and having 2 absolutely calamitous rounds the last couple of rounds. I've had such bad luck in the last 2 rounds, it's been unreal. So, I know I had the pace to get top 3 in the championship if I had the luck swinging my way, but, that could be said for drivers up and down the grid. So I'm really happy with my results, and I'm happy with the way I've drove these things, because this isn't the car I drive normally. I'm an LMP2 driver, so I'm really happy to jump in the GT cars and show what I've got.
Absolutely there as well, mate. Well, buddy, for the final time then this season, thank you so much for jumping into the booth. Is there anyone you want to give a shout out to before you go?
Well, my team, I always give a shout out to my team, but I do want to just say a big thank you to you guys in the broadcast. You always, this season you brought an amazing broadcast, great commentary all round, great interviews afterwards, and time spent with the drivers asking us questions and everything like we should be doing, and making it as real as possible for everyone. So it's mainly just today, just a big shout you guys out, because you've done an absolutely cracking job through this season, and I hope to race in another series with you guys commentating.
Well, thank you so much for your kind words. They do mean a lot to us here up in the booth as well. We did lose Matt, unfortunately, earlier on. His internet went out in the middle of London, of all places. So for the last 40 minutes, they had me just chin-wagging myself off. No, hold on. Let's rephrase that, because that doesn't sound... Anyway, Chris Daines, thank you so much.
Let's leave it there, shall we?
Yeah, you take care, buddy. Enjoy next week.
I'll leave you to a chin-wagging, mate. And,
oh, no. Right, I'm off, Chris. See you later.
Yep. See you later, mate. Take it easy. Bye.
Oh, no, ignore that. Ignore whatever that was. Just don't worry about it, guys. Right, coming, that is it now, to the end of the broadcast. And, much love for everybody who's... everybody is just joined me this evening. Thank you so much for that one. Adam, welcome in. Breezy as well. Tom Dadswell, thank you so much. Thomas Moore, Dadswell as well. Much love to you. Thank you so much, Phil across the pond, as always, for joining me. Much love for having you all here in chat. Paul Williams, thank you again. I hope that second feature race coverage was better for you. Manga as well. Katie Ames, much love. And where is the person I'm looking for? Who have I missed? Oh, hold on. There's one more I've got to thank as well for jumping in. Sykes, Miss Sykes, where you at? Where are you? Elwin Sykes, much love as well. You are just don't. All right, I'm literally just in stitches on my own here, in the booth. So behave yourself. Knock it off. Oh dear. Oh, right. That is it, rounding us out for this evening, guys, as well. So from myself here in the booth, I've been James Parfitt. Much love as always. And for now, you all take care. Have a great week. And you never know, we might see you on the track sometime. Good night.